Good morning, Vietnam. How are we doing today? Friday. It is the 24th of April, which is pretty crazy to think about. We're coming up on May. How are you doing, Anthony?
I'm doing great, man. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling all right. I'm pissed at myself because I didn't get the link tree set up. I was working on all that last night, and
It's all good.
I just got overtaken. But we're making progress. We're doing the first week of this show. It's been a really good week of this show. We're going to move to a more staggered guest schedule where you're going to get the guest appearances like you've expected on American Journal and other shows. What I want this to turn into, Anthony, is kind of like a Judge Napolitano style of channel or morning report. But the thing about Judge Nap is that he'll go live for like an hour and then he'll like wait a couple hours. He'll go live for an hour again and then again and again. And he just does various guests. I don't want to do that. The way it's going to be is we're going to do first hour total hardcore news blitz format. Then second, leading into third hour, maybe depending on how long the guests will run, we'll have the guest on. And then third hour, we'll do call it. So
I love that. That's awesome.
That's what we're looking at right now because the audience, we love you. And especially people from the American Journal. We got a ton of phenomenal people from the American Journal that love to call in, love to give their opinions, their takes. I love to hear them. I love to argue with them, agree with them, disagree with them, whatever. We love you out there in the audience. We want to give you an opportunity to call into the show. We actually have a pretty decent call-in system. It's really amazing what you can do with the technology. And I mean, that's kind of the nature of the work that we've been involved with doing now is because of the technology, because everyone has cell phone, computer, internet access, whatever, 99% of people basically do at this point. In America, at least, because everyone has access to all this information, they're unable to hide anymore. And I don't know if you caught this, but I did a little debate spaces, the first debate spaces I've ever done. I don't like that. I like being able to look at the person's face. It's a bit difficult.
Oh, it was a space that those guys wanted.
Yeah, it was a space.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was a space.
We should be debating face to face.
Well, I'm gonna invite Rylan on the stream because I actually appreciated Rylan's position. Right, I totally disagree with it. I think it's evil, but he honestly holds it, and that's a lot more than you can say for someone like the quartering that will dance around not holding the position. What people have to understand about debate. Take a little nicotine pouch out of my mouth. Very professional. What people have to understand about debate is what you see online with like the clashes and it's so crazy. That's like a personal beef or a feud that people are trying to get like invested in. I pick a side. Like even like the quartering, right? Like there's a reason, and I try to do my best. All right, I'm not immune to making jokes. I have made some jokes, but there's a reason why I haven't made personal attacks on the quartering, right? Yeah. And that's because I don't want it to be about ripping on somebody. I want it to be about the ideas. Because the debate is not between the two people and the cult of personality and the, oh my gosh, who do I support? Oh, LOL. That's not what it's about. It's us having a discussion. We're not going to change each other's minds, me and the guy arguing for the empire, right? Like we have our positions. I believe in the Republic. He believes in the empire. It's for the audience. It's for the home viewer, the home listener to understand and to make their decision based off of our positions. That is what a debate is about. It's really about the audience because who decides who wins a debate?
Exactly. That's why I like World War Debates format, the way that they do it. Like it's perfect. You know, there's no like it's for the audience. Exactly.
Oh my God. I still Lord have mercy. I haven't signed my release
for that
debate. There's just so much happening all the time. I have to sign my release. I got to call them and like beg and be like, I'm so sorry. I haven't signed my release.
No. You're absolutely fine. I'll talk to them too. You're good.
But no, you're right. And that's why we're going to be doing stuff like that.
It's important. I feel like it's the most important thing in America right now because obviously there's so much propaganda that's trying to sway people's opinions. Why don't you listen to your actual peers? Like, see what the American people have to say, because anybody that's in the government or anybody that's on large scale media is going to lie to you because they have their marching orders. So listening to the people talk in the middle of the town square is probably the most important thing that we could do right now.
No, that's what it's all about. And we have to build a culture. And my dad's always said this, where it's cool to be informed. Like it's cool to know the information. And that's the thing you realize, like when you start talking to people about politics is like, they're interested in it. They're excited about it. They want to know more about it. But what they get beaten down with is like, where do you go to even find the truth? It's just always someone trying to grift off of you. It's not about an actual political ideology, about a message. It's a costume they're trying to sell you. They want to sell you all the different pieces of the costume. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, that's why the spaces thing, it's like it's easy to hide your face and say things, just like, people on the internet that hide behind a meme or whatever, or like a
Sure.
profile picture. It's like, can you actually say that looking in someone's eyes, even through a camera? If you can't do that, then you definitely can't go to a stage and like actually do this on a wide scale, because
Yeah.
people hide, like they throw a stone and hide their hand, you know?
No, no, absolutely. Yeah. How you gonna throw a rock and hide your hand? Exactly. It was horrendous. I don't know how you spent time in that space. I actually had a really good time. And like we got to do more stuff like that. Now I want him on stream, obviously, so we can have like a longer conversation. We're both looking at each other, so it's honest. But I liked it. And like, here's the thing: is like I'm never going to agree with him. He's never going to agree with me. It's up to the people to decide who's more reasonable. And when you go up there, we're going to have Palestinian gentlemen on here in like the second hour to third hour. We're gonna be joined by Ashford, and he's going to tell us exactly about this genocide that Ryland denies and says that never happened. All the actions that did happen are justified.
No.
Most of the footage is fake. It's all fake.
No.
It's all AI.
Dude, that guy is cursing his soul. Straight up.
It's pretty wild.
That's cursing your soul, saying that kind of stuff. Thousands of people have died. You should at least respect the dead.
Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have died. And here's the thing. I cited the Lancet report, which is 87,000. That's a low number. And he's like, have you read it? Have you seen it? Can you cite it for me? It's real. It exists. All right. Like I shouldn't have to go through itemized sources number 2B. And like, they want to make you play this game. We're not playing this game. And that's why he can laugh and act like that's some sort of victory. The audience can look it up and see that I'm correct.
Exactly.
So like it's wild. And I'm not trying to get graphic, but like, how many photos have we seen of like dead children, destroyed buildings, mothers weeping, people without arms, people without limbs? I mean, literally people without power, without infrastructure. He bragged about it. He's like, yeah, no, we're going to hit the power. We're going to hit the infrastructure. That's a war crime.
What a disgusting
Geneva Convention. And he goes, oh, who set that up? Who set that up? It's all bullshit. International law doesn't matter. Just because we ignore it and just because we act like it doesn't apply to us, it does matter. Like
America has a moral problem.
It's like just because I'm Pablo Escobar and I have a massive private army in hippopotamuses in some giant base in Colombia, that doesn't mean the Colombian government isn't trying to arrest me. That just means they can't. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's so wild. It's just in the argument, and that's what he said. He's like, might makes right. And I don't agree with that.
Yeah. Well, there's obviously a moral problem in our country right now. People are throwing their moral, like, and this is like no homo, whatever. But like when I see all these videos of these kids blown up and begging for food, I cry. I straight up cry. I can't control myself from crying because it's like, how do you not have compassion? Why? Because I
don't cry. It makes me disgusted. I don't want to look at it. I'm like, ugh, like good Lord.
Yeah, it pops up all the time. It's like, and
well, it's all AI generated.
No, it's not, man. It's not.
He says it's true, so that makes it true.
It's disgusting.
And then he's like, you think Israel took us to war? And I'm like, Rubio said it. And I gave him a quote, and he's like, Rubio's an idiot. He doesn't know anything. And he's like, well, Pam Bondi's an idiot, and I'm glad she's fired. Well, JD's an idiot. I don't like him. Well, you support the administration. You hate everyone in the administration. Trump appoints these people to the administration to do these jobs. He controls them. He's their boss. And it's always the team's fault. And I love this because it is just, I've heard this so much. I even heard this from my dad a lot. Okay. It's always the team is looking into it. They're figuring it out. They're figuring out how to rape us. Like that's plainly obvious to see. And I notice this. He responded to everything else I said. Notice how he didn't respond to the 10 trillion that we've spent overseas. I said, wouldn't it be better if we spent that money at home? No answer. They can't answer the question.
Yeah. I mean, like the real thing that it comes down to, and like we could look back to Trump 2016, how you're talking about the team. There's always like this, oh, he picked all the wrong people. He didn't know what he was doing. So what's the excuse this time? He picked all the wrong people again, or is it him? Is he the rotted root that is making the whole entire tree rot?
Who's the guy in Ocean's 11 or whatever movie it is that organizes the team? Or the Expendables?
Yeah. I forget.
I forget. Well, Trump is like the guy that's organizing the team, and he goes to like the Down syndrome, like land. He's like, I want you, and you. Y'all are my top guys. And then he's like, oh, Well, it's not my fault. I just pick people with cognitive disability. Like
Yeah.
that's the argument. That's literally the argument that he makes. Is like it's like whenever one of these people leaves, they're trash, they're low IQ, they don't know how to do their job. But then when they're appointed, they're amazing. So which one is it?
Yeah, no, that he always has an excuse for these people. And I think what the thing with your boy, whatever his name is, what's his name?
Rylan.
Okay, well, Rylan, I think, is just an idol worshiper of Trump, and he just bases everything around what Trump does. So the administration is Trump. So whoever,
Right.
whether he gets rid of somebody, whether he brings somebody in, it's really Trump is what's the guy from X-Men that's in the chair that like controls the X-Men?
Oh yeah,
Professor X. He's like Professor X. You know, he's like connected into everything and controlling everything. But like as soon as like one of the X-Men do something wrong, he could kick them off the team, and then the other X-Men can attack them. You know, that's like the Pam Bondi situation. Like when Pam Bondi got kicked out, the whole entire cult started going against Pam Bondi. But months prior, the cult was like, she's the best. She's doing this. She's doing that. So it's like, this is what Ryland's position is like Trump is Professor X.
Yeah. You know how Q, I had a joke here. It flew out of my head. You know how Q, you know how they say patriots are in control?
Yes.
Senior citizens are in control.
Literally.
Senior citizens boomers are in control.
Trust the boomers.
Trust the boomers. Trust the plan. So look at this. So this is somehow, they put this out as a positive. All right, I'm going to read it. For the first time in decades, 3 aircraft carriers are operating in the Middle East at the same time, accompanied by their carrier air wings, the USS Abraham Lincoln, USS Gerald R. Ford, and USS George H.W. Bush, include over 200 aircraft and 1,500 sailors and Marines. So this is all of your money. This is all your money. These are all the taxes that you pay. This is all of it, right here. And this is billions and billions and billions of dollars daily. This is, I think the number was like 11 grand a second that they continue to spend over and over again on this operation to fuel all these ships, to fuel all these planes, to feed all these people, to pay all these people, to do maintenance, to do all of it. You've got 200 plus aircraft and 12 ships, and the strait is now not just closed. They're saying they've closed it. And in fact, they're doing a global blockade. We're going to get into that. What do you think about this?
I'm tired of this whole imperialist thing. Like we need to go and be the bullies and make people do whatever, because while we're doing this, we're literally choking the rest of the world right now. We're not helping anybody. We're harming our own country. Plus we're harming other countries now. Like Australia, like they're about to go into like an energy lockdown over there. I think that they'll be like how China with the COVID stuff. I think Australia will be the one that like starts this energy lockdown, that we don't have the petro and the Strait of Hormuz and whatever. Or it's just that Iran is going to get sick of it and just start playing Battleship.
Well, make no mistake. Make no mistake. This is the new COVID. This is the new global shutdown event used to bring in economic chaos in the Great Depression.
For sure.
That's what all of this is. There is no greater reason for it. We're not going in there to steal and take the oil. And that was another one of the arguments from the debate yesterday. Oh, we're going to go steal Iran's oil. And we're playing 4D chess. It's the Scott Jennings argument of like, we're letting them sell their oil and we've lifted all the sanctions on Russia and Iran, or the oil sanctions at least. And then that's a big victory somehow. Because in order to stabilize the world economy after what he's done, we had to say, the sanctions war we've been fighting for a decade, we're just going to release it.
Yeah, no, these people are nuts, dude.
But it's another great victory. So let's get into Hegseth, okay? Because I got a ton of stuff here. So Secretary of War Pete Hegseth bashes Europe as free riders and tells them to stop having fancy conferences and get in a boat and help open the Strait of Hormuz. What are they supposed to do? Like, you look at this. I thought this is like the grandest thing ever assembled, and this expeditionary fleet is so incredible, and we need the Europeans. So which is it? Which is it? You see what I'm saying? It's all under control. It's all under control. Get in a boat. What boat?
Yeah, I'm tired of this guy, bro. He's like the guy that sees red at the BJJ class.
Dude, it's all just fucking lies. It's all just complete lies.
Yeah, he's a liar. He thinks he's a tough guy. Like the whole entire, like, oh, look at me, I'm like a Italian Guido tough guy. Like, we're gonna come and close down the strait. We're gonna come and kill you guys. Like, and I'm from Jersey, so I know plenty of people like him that have this personality,
Right.
that like try to like make themselves so much tougher than they actually are. I'm tired of that. I don't want that. I don't want some
Right.
tough guy like threatening people. Oh, our army is so strong.
We want people
We're
with
past that.
gentle, strong souls.
Exactly. Like you're like a real alpha male. Like you could just read the room. Like when you know a real alpha male's in the room. He's not a real alpha male. This guy's a beta pretending to be an alpha. You know, he's like trying to peck himself up like he's this big tough guy. And
that's what all the liquor is for. Our blockade is only growing and going global. So, like a cancer, this has spread. And this is what we've talked about. We've warned about this expanding. We've warned about this becoming a global conflict. It's already a global conflict. We're already fighting a war on two fronts, in Ukraine and now in Iran. And they want a third one. They want China.
That's not going to happen.
Wow. Yeah. And as a reminder, Alan Dershowitz, Epstein's lawyer, that's who's in charge, says that he gave Trump admin the blockade idea. Now it's going global.
Wow.
I'll go ahead and play the clip.
Wow.
And that's the thing. I'm so glad we have this too. We have Epstein's lawyer setting it all up. So let's go ahead and watch Epstein's lawyer. Dude, like, how do you defend this shit?
This is insane, bro. Look how dirty his office is, first off. He's got a vampire, like, behind his head. Like,
dude,
what's going on here?
He's a demon from hell. He's Epstein's lawyer.
I can't do it, man.
I have an article
can't do it.
Yesterday, an op-ed where I make a very radical proposal.
I have no audio. That's super bizarre. I had audio before.
It was working. The audio was working.
I'm not plugged in. My tail is not plugged in. I have to plug in my tail. Give me 1 second.
No worries. I just can't believe that we have vampires like telling us what to do with our country.
Dude, literal vampire pot-bellied goblins are running around coming after us.
We need Blade.
Like, my spirit gets close to this evil and it goes, ah!
Yeah, I know. Like, yo, we need
Blade. I have an article. Yeah.
For real. Now, I still don't have audio. That's crazy. I guess it's muted.
Yesterday, an op-ed where I make a very radical proposal.
Dude, I don't hear it. That's insane. Oh, that's going to be a big. Oh, I didn't have it plugged in all the way. I'm a fool.
There we go.
All right. Sorry about that, guys.
I have an article yesterday, an op-ed where I make a very radical proposal which by the way has gotten a lot of support from within the administration. I can't mention who, but some pretty high-ranking people in the administration have seen this article and have agreed with it. What I've said is that the United States should threaten Iran, say, look, you do not control the Strait of Hormuz. If you allow all the boats to go through without taking any tolls, fine, we'll let you do it. But if you impose any restrictions, we, the United States, are going to close the strait. And we can close it very easily. All we have to do is one boat.
I hate this guy. Sorry.
It's been moved for like, we're going to open the strait, so we're the ones that can close it. You see the crazy psychological games they play.
By the way, peep the lapel. Peep the lapel.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about, dude. They got people on Fox News. They got generals on Fox News. I'm forgetting the guy's name. Kellogg, I believe, or one of the other ones. They show up with this.
This is insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah. No way. No way. I'm done.
Imagine it. Imagine if that's China. Imagine if that's Russia. Imagine if that's anywhere else, for that matter. That's allowed.
Each end, and the strait is closed as the result of a military blockade. And so we send a message to Iran: you do not control the Strait of Hormuz. We do, and if you want to open it, fine. But if you want to stop any ship from going through,
who is this we? Who is this we that you speak of? Are you talking about the U.S.-Israeli empire that we, the goyim, the slaves, have no choice in and want to leave desperately? So who is this we? Is we you and Epstein? Like, this is Epstein's top guy.
It's disgusting.
This is Epstein's top guy.
Yeah, no.
Whether it be an American ship, an Israeli ship, a British ship, no, we're not going to let you do that. We're going to close the straits. No, look, it's very hard to open a strait. Very hard, because anybody can send a rocket or some other kind.
So look, and he knows he's lying. He's doing the self-soothing. He goes, it's very hard to open the strait. So it's easy to close it. We can close it whenever we want. Can't open it. So are we in control? It doesn't sound like we're in control, Mr. Dershowitz. Sounds like you're just helping us engage in more piracy.
It's literally piracy. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like the U.S., the United States of America, this is another bone of contention that me and Rylan, I'm sure we'd have. United States of America doesn't have the right to do stuff like this.
At all. At all.
It doesn't. We protect global shipping. This is protecting the other countries. We're making sure the resources don't come to them just because we're at a war with this one state. So when we're at a war with this one state, we get to do whatever we want across the entire world. It's also not a war. And it's also Trump can declare whatever he wants because he doesn't need authorization from Congress. You see how that's anti our system, Anthony?
Yeah. And it's like, this is really like, if things start to pop off again, which I really do believe that they're going to, these destroyers are going to get hit by missiles. The Strait of Hormuz is like, you're basically just putting like sitting ducks, you know?
Well, that's the thing. How many top military generals and admirals and stuff have been fired? I think it's 33 now. I think it might be a little higher than that. Like top level military officials that have been directly cut loose by Pete Hegseth. Because here's the thing. This guy believes in holy war.
Yeah.
And not an actual holy war, which would be against another state, but a holy war against a state that's been deemed necessary to be destroyed in order to build greater Israel in the third temple. And he's on video saying that he wants to rebuild the third temple.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. And that's another thing. Just sorry to keep going back to the debate. Rylan is like, oh, use the actual term for it. Yeah, it's the Al-Aqsa Mosque because, you know, that's what the Muslims call it. There's 100 million of them. And if you blow it up to rebuild your third temple, you want to talk about an Arab Spring? You want to talk about terrorism? You want to talk about death? Well, that's what you're going to get if you destroy their holy site. And according to our Christian worldview, the temple is not supposed to be rebuilt. So that's the Antichrist that's going to do that. So what do you think about that?
I think that we are surrounded by demons, man, to be honest with you. Like every day I feel like I'm waking up in a nightmare.
Sure.
And there's no common sense. Our military has no common sense. Like it's almost like they want like a USS Liberty to happen, like on an astronomical scale. Like one of these destroyers are going to get hit by one of those missiles. I'm telling you, like you could take that to the bank. I don't want it to happen, but if we actually like start to really think that we could just lock down the Strait of Hormuz, and then like when China and Russia and everybody starts getting sick of it, because I don't know if you saw, but it said today that Russia was basically given like a free through the toll through the Hormuz through Iran. So who do you think they're going to side with? They're not going to side with America, Russia. China's not going to side with us. And then if we have our destroyers, our best destroyers in the Strait of Hormuz, where you have all of them that could just come circle around us and just sink those ships immediately, it's going to be a serious problem. Like that's what's really going to set off this entire World War III scenario, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Japanese. Japanese had the biggest battleship ever, the Yamato. What happened to it? It got destroyed because it was a soft target, and we didn't understand air power in the same way that, or they don't understand air power in the same way we don't understand missile defense now.
Exactly.
So
or drones.
Yes, and that's the thing is like we have a 20th century military. We do not have a 21st century military. All the cool gadgets and gizmos we have, sure, we can make them. They only cost us, 10,000 to 1 when it costs the other people to make them.
Yeah, exactly. Like they could send like 100 Shahed drones at one of these destroyers, and it will cause serious problems. And they have thousands, and they make them every day.
Sure. I mean, here's the thing. I think because of fog and war and everything, like it's going to be a while. It'll probably be the next administration. We'll see the information. Honestly, it's the stuff that's going to come out about this conflict is going to be crazy.
Oh, I agree.
It's going to like, I mean, just look at this excellent comment. That 11K per second means I work an entire year for my tax contributions to fund 3 seconds of pointless warfare outstanding. Exactly, man. Exactly. And then someone like the guy that I debated yesterday will tell you that it sucks to suck and that it's time for you to pay for it.
Wow. That's insane.
You think that's, you know what? That's such a good point. I'm gonna say that in my speech at the America First conference. I'm gonna take a photo of that. Thank you. Shout out to CDYV8 for that, because that's what the average American sees when they see this. Like this is literally waste, fraud, and abuse. By definition, that's the thing they said they wanted to fight. But I'm going to play the Hegseth clip.
Europe and Asia have benefited from our protection for decades.
My buddy Trump is in a fight. I'm in a fight too. Sorry, I had to hit it. And that's a real quote, by the way. That's a real quote from somebody that's called in. My buddy Trump is in a fight. I'm in a fight too.
No way.
But the time for free riding is over. America and the free world deserve allies who are capable, who are loyal, and who understand that being an ally is not a one-way street.
Oh, man. How can you even
You
say
gonna
that?
walk the strip when I tell you walk the strip. I love you. You my ally. You gonna wear that dress on the street. You gonna let the Israelis pick you up in that car now? Like that's or what are you the pimp? Are you the pimp of the world?
Pretty
Like
much.
good allies know how to suck dick? Is that basically what he said? No, I'm sorry to be graphic, but I have to be.
It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Now, you know, they say I like to drink a little too much alcohol. And I would say to that, you ain't no Secretary of War. Fuck you. I'm in charge. I'm the champ. I'm America. I'm Pete Hegseth. I run this shit. Sorry. Roll Tide.
It's a two-way street. We are not counting on Europe, but they need the Strait of Hormuz much more than we do, and might want to start doing less talking and having less fancy conferences in Europe and get in a boat.
Oh my God. I can't stand this guy, dude.
What are they supposed to do? Is it Gilligan's Island? Do they go on a 3-hour tour? Like, so like the thing that the European countries have that we don't have, or as many of, they do have minesweeping boats. So this is what this is about. They're like, okay, why aren't your minesweepers here helping us? Because they know they're going to get blown up.
Dude.
Like, it doesn't matter how many times you say the military has destroyed Hegseth. They know they're going to get literally obliterated if they go in there with you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. William just texted. He's good for 30.
All right. We'll have him on. We're going to do another like 15, 20 minutes here. We'll have him on. You know what? William, if he doesn't mind, will you mind coming on at 9 Central? Because I want to get through a couple clips here. I want to plug.
That's the time he's going to come on.
Beautiful. All right. I'll play the rest of it.
This is much more their fight than ours. On this core mission, America's will is unshakable, our capabilities unmatched. Our blockade is only growing and going global. And as the president said, we have all the time in the world. Europe and Asia have benefited from.
We have all the
that.
time in the world. So all the actuaries show from all of this, it's what's going to end up happening as early as June, is complete and total global recession followed by the depression. We haven't even felt the full impact of this yet. These tankers move so slow. Every day this is impeded, it furthers the new COVID, which is coming.
I agree. Yeah, I totally agree.
Wow.
Supposedly we're going to have some not debates, peace talks today in Islamabad. So we'll see.
Sure.
Let's hope.
I see it every day behind closed doors. President Trump's fortitude is unshakable and his mission is crystal clear. President Trump said it again yesterday. We have all the time in the world. And we're not actually.
All right, really quick to answer a viewer question.
Okay.
How's Tim and Grandpa? Grandpa's surgery go okay? Tim was under the weather. That's the first time I've ever done a gray area stream where we weren't in the same spot, kind of like me and Anthony are doing right now, where it's virtual. He's doing all right. He just didn't want to get me sick. He's fine. My granddad's surgery went okay. He's out. He's doing all right. I haven't talked to him since it happened, but he's doing all right. So thank you so much for asking. Really appreciate that. I like this ballroom.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen this before.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is.
That's pretty good.
It's the third temple.
Yeah.
In America.
Yeah, no, I know. Every day that I fail to have the channel, it's a huge failure. I'm sorry. It will happen.
Next week.
I swear it's so hard. I got so much going on, but it will happen. I'm going to call Anthony after the stream, and I'll call Patriot Pulpit at 2 p.m. We're going to get this set up today. That's what it is. Yeah, no, it is that 100%. I'm going to go back to the clip.
Anxious for a deal. And I hear him say it every day in private as well. Iran knows that they still have an open window to choose wisely. As we said previously, choose wisely at the negotiating table. All they have to do is abandon a nuclear weapon in meaningful and verifiable ways, or instead they can watch their regime's fragile economic state collapse under the unrelenting pressure of American power. A blockade as long as it takes, whatever President Trump decides.
There it is.
That's not how a war is supposed to work.
There it is.
Hold on.
That's
gotta
Emperor.
be coming up here. Well, let's see. 1973 War Powers Act. I think it's 60 to 90 days. I mean, when that's over, I mean, it's already openly illegal. It's already in service of genocide and war crime and all of it. But this nebulous thing of the president has infinite power to go to war, that was created in the 20th century. It's highly illegal. It's everything the founders raged against. And what people like this are doing, this is a new government. They're promoting a new government to you, and they're seeing if you're going to accept it. Our job is not to accept it.
Amen. Amen.
Indeed.
Because the bottom line remains the bottom line. Iran will never get a nuclear bomb. The choice is theirs, but with this blockade, the clock is not on their side.
It's ridiculous.
It's
Iran
always
doesn't want a
some
nuclear
sort of
bomb.
movie quote. It's always, it's a badass, tough line. Why don't you be like, just go out there and say you're going to barbecue more children? Like, good grief. So tired of it.
Me too. The imperial
I'm
tough
really
guy.
tired of it.
The whole entire, like, he literally just admitted that we have an emperor in our country right now. Like, he's taking actual orders from an emperor. If he
Sure.
thinks that like there's nobody else, Congress, nobody else has a say what goes on in a war, he doesn't understand our country. I don't think.
Right. Well, we don't have a country. We have a fiefdom. Like, we're a fiefdom of Israel. So that's what has to be understood.
We are in control, nothing in, nothing out. Iran's battered military, the IRGC specifically, has been reduced to a gang of pirates.
That's
Well,
so
we've been
funny.
reduced to a gang of retards. So which one is preferable?
We're the pirates. Him
Exactly.
saying like pirates, we're pirates. We're literally
Dude,
over there
Trump-
doing piracy.
Dude, Trump made the Ayatollah walk the plank. What are you talking about? Like, seriously. Like, we just go over there, we kill heads of state, and then we're like, it's not an act of war.
Yeah, we're pirates. Get out of here, dude. This is
Exactly.
crazy.
With a flag. They cloak their aggression in slogans, but the world now sees them for what they are. Criminals on the high seas. They don't control anything. They're acting like pirates, acting like terrorists. We are.
Patriots are in control.
Boomers.
All right. So, multiple woke Reich, their phrasing, podcasters had paused their streams for unknown reasons. And then Laura Loomer says, something tells me people are about to be investigated. TikTok, isn't this everything we were against?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a lie. Sneeko was live today, like in Malaysia. So they're just liars.
Sure.
They're just liars. They're gaslighters. What they're trying to do, and this is what I'm picking up on, what they're trying to do with the whole SPLC thing, that they're trying to make it like that there's everybody that's against Israel is actually just a paid agent by the Democrats. That's
Yes.
that's the narrative they're trying to paint here. It's like, oh, don't listen to them. They're actually just paid by the Democrats. It's like, no, I will say this stuff about Israel, about the genocide, about the control of my country for free. Okay. Don't need a shekel. Don't need $1. Don't need UN. Don't need anything. I will say this for free. Okay. Because I want my country to be free. I want my country to be broken away from your genocidal satanic state. Okay.
Right.
So you don't have to pay me to do this. I'll do this for free. I'll take a bullet doing this. How about that? Like,
Right.
You're not shutting me up. You can't pay me. You can't do anything.
It's not life. It's not life. If you can't talk about this stuff, then you're not alive. You're dead. And that, like, we have a dead and spiritually dead, literally, administration. And like, I saw this video of Paula White, and I retweeted. She's like, "Oh, and the devil, I'm a crawl on the ground." And it's like, well, that's satanic, and that's the lead spiritual advisor. So you get what you get.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
that's what it is.
She's like doing the worm.
Yes, literally. But I mean, this right here, for literally decade plus, for the better part of 20 years, I have seen the right fight against censorship, call stuff like this out, be like, government doesn't need to investigate people that are using free speech online, that are sharing their opinions, that are engaging in free and civil discourse. That's not the government's job to regulate, just like Biden with the school boards and the COVID and censorship and all of it. So if you're gonna threaten investigations, and this isn't just somebody saying this is somebody that has Trump's phone number. So
not just
stuff
his phone
like this is
number.
being said, we only be very concerned.
Not just his phone number.
Rumors, Yeah, no, for sure. But like, this is MAGA now. MAGA now is the Gestapo, is the SS. That's what it is. And we got this. So Reza Pahlavi, I gotta say, he is so this guy cracks me up. He looks like Squidward. He is the failed son of the failed Shah of Iran, and he wanders around the West like a beggar, like with the altar plate, asking for money. He's like, "I'm the king, I'm the king, I'm the king." And they get these hordes of CIA-backed, like foreign Iranian expats to go out there and wave lion flags and act like he's the king. Everybody hates this guy in Iran, and he has no aura. Like, you can just look, he's scared in his little box.
He's like a crane machine.
He's like a Lunchable or something. Exactly. He's like the thing you get out of the machine with the claw. Yeah. That's what Israel did to him. They just went and they picked him up out of there. But he got paint thrown on him, so now they got to protect him like he's the Pope.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Imagine if he went to Iran, what they would do to him.
Yeah, and that guy's not Mossad at all. The guy behind him, definitely not. You're crazy. Shut up. Don't look at the man behind the curtain. Who's this guy? What's up with that?
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got for him. I look at him and his little Lunchable. Isn't that cute?
Oh man. Yeah, that guy would get killed in Iran. They would hang him on a crane like as soon as you walked in there. And it wouldn't even be by like the IRGC, like the actual people of Iran would do it. They don't want that guy. They do not want him. You're believing the Western propaganda of these like pretty women that live in LA that have like plastic surgery and are waving lion flags with Israeli flags. That's not what Iran wants, okay? Go look at like the IRGC parades.
Debt and OnlyFans and drugs. We must make it happen. We must liberate them with pornography and alcohol and gambling. It's very important. All right. I want to play this because we don't talk about Ukraine enough. That was my main reason getting back into all this before the Iran war. I hate Zelensky. He's an evil little war criminal. He's CIA backed, CIA funded. He played a president on a TV show bankrolled by a Ukrainian billionaire where he was the president, called Man of the People, where they did this massive psyop on the Ukrainians and they got him into power based off literally being Kevin Spacey in House of Cards.
And also he's Jewish.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying. So you have Zelensky, who is this Jewish guy who's running these neo-Nazi groups in a battle against Russia because they hate the Russian people and they hate the ethnicity. They hate that they're Christian more than anything. Yeah. That's what this war is really about. Of course, in Ukraine, they dismantled the thousands of years old Orthodox Church, the oldest church. They dismantled it and they created their new fake Ukrainian church.
Yeah. Yeah, that aren't like part of the ecumenical council.
You literally have everything that you have when you enter a totalitarian system. You have a new religion that's set up. You have a new military that's set up. You have a new system of government that's set up. All radically different than what came before the 2014 Maidan coup. And the people that post all day about Slava Ukraine, it's so amazing. I mean, I saw this video of like this. It's like 21-year-old Australian with call sign Lupo. And it's like, oh, I'm in the trenches. I'm in the Call of Duty map. Aren't I cool? You're a fucking retarded faggot. Like that's literally what you are. Your country's being taken over by China and by third world migrants that are being brought in by the same people that have destabilized your country, that have destabilized Ukraine, that have destabilized Russia, that have done everything. But, I'm call sign Lupo. I run through a little map. Oh, I'm a little rat in a maze. And then you get shot in the head or blown up by an FPV drone. What was it all for? You're fighting for the neo-Nazis. You're fighting. So they bring the guy over from Ukraine and they give him a medal in Canada for fighting the Russians in World War II. So you're fighting with the Nazis. Like, that's literally
so
call sign Lupo. Like, please. So hilarious. But I want to go ahead and show this because I didn't give exposition to it. This is what they do in Ukraine. In Ukraine, they have something called a press gang. Now, what is a press gang? A press gang is forced military conscription. So if you're somebody, and the average age of a Ukrainian soldier is late 40s, I think it's 48 last time I checked.
Yeah, it's
if you're
48.
somebody just who doesn't have totally gray hair and you're walking down the street, they will throw you in a vehicle or in a van, and they will take you to the front line to be blown up by an FPV drone.
It's insane.
Hey, no. America doesn't fund terrorism. America is moral. Everything America does is righteous, even though we bankrolled and set this entire system up. And that's why America's a terrorist state, and everyone that says that it's not, fuck you. Like, seriously. It's unbelievable. I'll play it. We're strongest allies, guys. Besides Israel. We've seen the countless videos. What?
So what? There's like her husband or something is in there.
Yeah, her husband's in there.
Oh, okay.
Her husband's in there.
So that's the military grabbing him.
Yeah, no, it's the military grabbing him.
Okay.
And we've seen tons of videos of the vans and all of it, and I played it many times on the show. There's no way you can call it a hoax or a fake. It's just it's real. It's what they do. It's forced military conscription.
That's crazy. Why are they rolling out in like GTIs?
I don't have anything left. I don't have anything left, man.
That's crazy, bro.
Let me find another one really quick. And all you have to do is type in.
I've never heard this. You're putting me on right now. This is insane. Someone pulls up on me with a GTI. We're fighting. I don't care. Like, we're scrapping.
That's funny. Yeah, I got a guy on a roof now. I got footage of a guy on a roof. Hold on 1 second.
Take your time.
All right, perfect. Yeah. Here's another example of what we're talking about.
Смотрите, что вы делаете?
Time to go get blown up.
Bro.
And these are our allies, and I don't want to fund this anymore. And that's my political position.
Disgusting.
Hey, they're going to bring in the African and the Arab migrants to Ukraine.
Don't they have robots now too over there?
To replace the population.
Don't they have robots though? Like, didn't they put robots on the front lines? Or...
Yeah, no, all the testing is being done for the next generation warfare in Ukraine.
Yeah, like
they got
Terminators.
humanoid robots. They got all of it. And then we got this really quick because I know we're coming up on our guest here. Oh boy. I don't know how they fit them all on the screen. I guess they used a wide angle lens. We got the Randinator. Even the Kippa is fat on this guy. If you notice that, even the Kippa is obese. But we're going to go ahead and play a little bit of it.
I have a question for you, right? So I keep hearing about how the biggest podcasts in the world right now are those that are critical of Israel. And the people that Trump has been criticizing, these prominent podcasters, all have some of the top spots. And they're all very critical of Israel. Some of them discuss what they call greater Israel and Jewish supremacy. Yep. And I guess my issue is, why haven't the Jews control, considering they control all media? Everything. Yeah, why are they allowing that to happen?
It's a great question. And, it has a lot to do with numbers. There are fewer Jews in the world.
This guy's like, I'm going to get lied to.
I want some of this. When the strongest pushback comes from Beavis and Butthead's teacher, who's definitely, here's the thing. I like weed way too much. He's stoned out of his mind. He's completely blazed. This is Mr. Van Driesen from Beavis and Butthead, literally. Hold on. I'm sorry.
You got me crying.
I'm sorry to get derailed a little bit, but we got to focus on what's important. Give me 1 second.
Like, he's literally stoned to the bone. That's hilarious.
He's completely faded out. And this is literally 1 second.
Oh man. Randy Fine's gonna get smoked by Dan Bilzerian. It's coming. No, bro.
And he does wear glasses too. He just doesn't have them on here. So it's literally Mr. Van Driesen. And here's like Ian's job, like, and he holds these positions. I'm glad he holds the positions of questioning the foreign state and the foreign influence and all of it, but he's not equipped. You're not in full form, Ian. You got to wake up a little bit, bud. You got to do a little bit of research, because he was getting pushback, and he kind of made Randy Fine look like Mozart, which really sucks. But I mean, man. I just for the home viewer again. I mean,
literally.
Okay, well, that's enough of that. That's enough.
What a poll! What a poll!
It's true.
And there are people who live in Beijing, China. It's only 15 million Jews.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's one.
Okay, well, how many billionaires are there that are Jewish? Nearly half of them, right? So if you're going to make this argument based off, okay, well, we can't have institutional power because there aren't enough of us to hold these positions. Well, all the richest people in the world are of your group, or most of them anyway. So you can't make the argument that you have no sort of like you're saying the Muslims, they have 100 million people, they have this huge base of people, and the Jews is only 16 million or whatever it is. Well, all the billionaires. So like that's the same thing as the 100 million population. You both have an influence. And to say, oh no, it's the Palpatine thing. It's literally the Palpatine thing. I'm too weak. Oh, I'm too weak. And then America comes in and chops the hand off, and then he goes, unlimited power. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, great point.
There's 1.2 billion Muslims in the world. So if you measure your audience based on number of people, do you think you're going to get a bigger audience if you target Jews or if you don't target Jews? They're just
they're all Jewish, it looks like, these people.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. Let's go back.
Let's go back. Looks like Barry Weiss.
Listen, you don't need to be sitting with Randy Fine. You should be sitting with me. Like, let's make this very clear. Like, why are you sitting with the Randy? You should be sitting with me. I mean, come on, he can't even find his pee-pee. So
target Jews. There aren't that many of us, and I think that's the biggest issue. There's a small number.
This one, the guest we had on, I'm not going to say her name or whatever, but people can look her up. She said that I was evil for protecting an evil group of people that were controlling everything.
Well, you did meet under Chatham House rules off the record with Netanyahu, Timothy.
Yes.
So, it's so crazy. The influence claims, they're so insane. He meets with the prime minister in secret.
Yeah. He has a kippah under there.
It's a giant one.
And I'm just sitting here being like,
we do a really bad job if we're trying to control everything. I mean,
come on. You only just got Paramounts? You finally have one media outlet and you bought
one media outlet?
Wow. So he's just lying.
Completely lying.
Wow. And of course, all the big media operations are owned by people of Jewish descent. Most of them are, at least. Like, it's just a record. Like, sue us if it's not true.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Go look up their last names.
It's just lie.
Did you? This was like this. No, I was gonna say this happened a while ago, but the ADL was actually trying to take the early life section off of Wikipedia, because the early life section shows like who's Jewish, like if they grew up Jewish. They actually wanted to get rid of that completely, so people wouldn't know who's Jewish. That's like in powers of control or like all of these things. So like they have so much pride to be Jewish, but they also want to hide it as well. It's weird. It's a weird dynamic.
Because Jews are all one big conglomerate. Yeah. But with the Ellisons buying TikTok and CBS, the argument from many of these people is that pro-Israel and Zionists are buying media to stop the spread of anti-Zionist messaging.
I thought we already owned it all.
That's the point. I'm like, right, they're doing it because they didn't control it already. It's different people that you're complaining about. Guys, special interest exists. Conspiracies are all over the place. There's Islamic special interest groups that fought.
Always the qualification. And it's always like, well, you don't think there's foreign influence? Qatar gives all the money. They don't take us to war. Israel takes us to war. Marco Rubio is my source, Secretary of State. Israel was going to attack. We feared that American soldiers would die in the Iranian retaliation. That's why we joined the strike, to make it decisive. That's what he said. Now, you can deny it and dance around the bush and claim that Trump is Q and that he has the highest level military intelligence, 1,000 IQ, and all that garbage. But we know what the truth is. You can't lie to us anymore.
Yeah, propagandists, all of them.
Unbelievable, man. And here's I've gone back and forth. Tim Pool. Tim Pool is he keeping Timcast on there. That's what all of this is. Okay, so he doesn't have ideology. All right, because it sounds to me like he denies genocide. So like it's just, I'm a political authority. I'm going to deny genocide real quick. Listen to my takes.
He's a tap dancer. He's a tap dancer. That's all he is.
Yeah, the tap dancing is insane. All right. Well, we're getting ready to be joined by William Ashford, a Palestinian gentleman. We're going to hear from him firsthand what it's actually like over there. And, I'll ask him, is it all AI? That's what we've been told. Is it all AI? And we're going to hear how it's not AI, ladies and gentlemen. So really looking forward to talking with him, getting his unique perspective on the war. Go ahead and tell him what other guests we got coming up.
So we have Matt Murphy coming up. He is a Green Beret, also completely against the war. Very based guy, great story. We reached out to Brian McGinnis. That was the Marine that got his arm broken.
We really want him, please. We got to get him on the show.
Well, William's friends with him, so we'll talk to him.
Okay, great.
They're very good friends. Who else we got? I haven't reached out to anybody else yet, but we get whoever.
No, it's all good. That's what so we got a lineup here of real experts, of people that are very informed, that are in these situations. Of course, Brian McGinnis was involved in that famous flashpoint where he got his arm taken for Netanyahu when he was protesting, and I believe it was the halls of Congress. And the Special Forces mercenary guy who's a paid agent in Israel who takes AIPAC money, he went and ripped his arm off. That guy takes $1.5 million, I believe. It's speculation. I don't want to be slanderous, but he takes a lot of money from AIPAC.
So. They have it labeled on the
he's on AIPAC tracker.
Yeah.
All right. So really quick, we're going to do our first hour plug here. We got the great William Ashford joining us. But if you want incredible products that are going to power up your life and empower you to live the way that you're supposed to live, everybody cooks. Everybody needs high quality cooking fat that's not a disgusting seed oil. Tell them about your beef tallow at theungovernableproject.com.
So we make 100% grass-fed, pasture-raised suet tallow. So that is the fat that surrounds the kidneys. This is what you want when you get a tallow, okay? You want it to look like that. You don't want it to be this yellow goop that's all separated. You want some real, amazing, delicious tallow, and we make that. We have it for cooking, and we also have it for skincare. This is our Wiseman's gift. It's made with 100% real raw ingredients, real frankincense, real myrrh, and castor oil, and 24-karat gold flakes. We have thousands of testimonials from people curing things like psoriasis, eczema. We've had a chemical burn be fixed, all different kind of things. Our deodorant's amazing. You're going to love it. Like, we're going to send it out to you. You're going to absolutely love it. Our deodorant, people are going crazy about it. It has some of the best ingredients. We got kaolin clay, shea butter, magnesium. It's made with all real raw ingredients as well. This is our sun gazer. This is our sun blocker.
Summer's coming up.
Yeah, you're going to want this. I'll bring this to you this weekend, man.
Yeah.
SPF 25. It's made with real pieces of coconut, cocoa butter, tallow, obviously, and non-nano zinc oxide. And it's amazing. It smells like an Almond Joy bar. All of our products, we do it with passion. We do it to make only things that give you results, from our cooking to our skincare. You will absolutely love it. And I have a video on my X now of me showing you me in the kitchen, of me actually chopping the fat. So this is not like machines. This is me and my wife. We do this together.
I'll pull that up for the second plug so that people can see you making it. We got Wes says, I just bought some beef tallow and some deodorant. Hell yeah. You're going to love it. The thing is like, other people, when they sell you a product, it's something that they found somewhere and they're like, oh, I buy inventory, I sell it, whatever. We make everything we sell.
Yes.
We're the manufacturers for it. And that's the difference. It's like, people will come out here and they'll read you a code for 7 to 15% on some item they don't even understand. They have no skin in the game, no stake in the game. We literally put all of our money into making phenomenal inventory for you guys to purchase.
Straight up, dude.
Like that's what it comes down to. And that's our investment. That's our skin in the game. That's how you know it's not bullshit. It's what we do. It's what we've done for years. I've been in this business for 5 years.
Yeah,
So
and tallow's not easy to make. It's a mess.
no, I've seen your
It's
process. It's incredibly difficult.
yeah, it's not easy, and we spend hours in the kitchen doing it.
And
But yeah, lip
you
balms.
really have everything on here. I highly encourage people to check out theungovernableproject.com. Kitchen stuff, skincare stuff, deodorant, beard oil coming out soon.
Yes,
You're going to want to go to theungovernableproject.com. That's theungovernableproject.com. You can see the URL right there. And I'll tell you right now, if you're somebody coming over from American Journal, if you're somebody from that classic InfoWars audience, if you're a real info warrior, you know about Knockout. This formula is sold hundreds of thousands of units. It's got everything people take separately for sleep rolled into one. Got melatonin, magnesium, blue chamomile, valerian root, L-tryptophan, hops flower extract, lemon balm extract, everything you need to take for sleep, the GABA, the L-theanine. I forget what I had already said. It's got about 8 different ingredients in it. It's really incredible. And let me tell you, I'm not asking for $40. I'm asking for $50. I'm asking for $60. I'm asking you for $30 for a full 1 month supply of something that's going to make you sleep and feel and recover amazing. And if you're going to the grocery store and you're buying a magnesium and you're buying a melatonin, it's going to be the same price as this, maybe a little bit cheaper, maybe a little bit more expensive. But we go check this out really quick. If I can go click on the photo, a little glitch here. That's a little fun. A little interesting. But yeah, I can just look at the scroll here. Look at everything you get in this phenomenal sleep formula.
that's
Smart. Maybe that'll go away.
great list.
Yeah, we got everything people take separately for sleep, all wrapped up together in one. That's Knockout Sleep Support. There's a reason why this was InfoWars' top product for years. I've reformulated it into something even better. I've also got Alpha Power, amazing testosterone biosynthesis promoter, amazing supplement. I have the last stock of that. Once that's gone for good. That's gone forever. That won't be back on the market. In the same way that Brain Force Plus, you may have heard of this one before, Brain Force Plus, this one also won't be back on the market for a very long time. And I've got the last remaining inventory in history ever. So if you're interested in this, if you want to support the show and support what we're doing, you go to 50percentoff.com to support me. You can go to ungovernableproject.com to support Anthony. He's got a lot of phenomenal beef tallow. I see him now, and I'm going to throw him up on the screen. Shout out to William Ashford. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yes.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, welcome to the program. This is an anti-war program. This is a pro-humanity, pro-peace program. Wanted to talk to you about many things today. It's a very heavy topic, and I understand you're actually connected to it. So for us, it's kind of like a thing. We're thousands of miles away. We're horrified of it. But we don't actually know the reality of it. Let's talk about the genocide, man, because people deny that.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So, yeah, my name is William Osford. I'm a Palestinian American. I used to live in Gaza. I'm from Gaza. I have family there now. Israel has killed many of my relatives over the years, even before the genocide in October 7th of 2023 in Gaza. So currently, like I'll paint the picture really quick. So the house I grew up in has been completely destroyed. The house my mother grew up in has been completely destroyed. The mosque we used to go to when I was a kid has been destroyed. The school my mom used to go to has been destroyed. The hospitals my brothers were born in have been destroyed. All aspects of life have been targeted. Everything has been destroyed. So, and then over the last couple of years, I've lost my grandfather, who I haven't seen since I was 4, and I wasn't able to see because of the siege that was imposed on Gaza from 2007, June 2007, until now. My mom hasn't seen her father either since we left in 2001. So you can imagine what she's going through. So she lost her uncle, her aunt, many of her cousins. The youngest killed in our family was a 3-month-old baby girl, my cousin's daughter, and the oldest was in his 80s. So, and in between, there's dozens of kids, there's women, there's elderly, there's men. Everything you can think of has been targeted and destroyed by the terrorist Israeli occupation.
Sounds like a concentration camp to me. It sounds like an open air prison. It sounds like a place where you can't leave. You know, that's like when I had my first conversation with Jake Shields, he made that point because he's also been over there and he was talking about it. You can't leave. And what do you do when they commit war crimes against you, when they target your power, your infrastructure, your schools, your hospitals, your places of worship? I mean, you don't have a life. You don't have a society anymore. And they say, oh, no, don't worry. We're going to come in and rebuild. You just have to leave. It's like the Native Americans.
Yeah, 100%. It's ethnic cleansing. It's clearly genocide. They meet every single element under the Genocide Convention. There's
Sure.
5 elements, and Israel meets every single one of them. The UN definition from 1945. So I mean, it's live streamed on our phones, on our TVs, on our laptops.
Yes.
And they're denying it. But then if you mention anything about, something from 80 years ago, it's a big deal. You're in trouble.
Yes.
So
Well,
I don't like the double standard.
I find this to be fascinating. I don't know what your opinion is on my father. And here's the thing: you can agree, disagree, whatever. My dad allegedly said that an event didn't happen. And my dad had to pay $1 billion and has non-dischargeable debt. He'll basically be paying it off forever. He'll never be free. My dad didn't kill anybody. Jesse Waters goes on TV every single night and manufactures consent for multiple genocides. Multiple genocides. And this is just written off and seen as okay somehow. And I think the thing that's going to wake Americans up, because we're all experiencing it, whether that's economic, whether that's social, whether that's through the government, is the double standard that we clearly see, where there's one group, almost a chosen group of chosen people, that's allowed to do whatever they want, allowed to engage in whatever ridiculous crimes that they want. But then when you just want to live your life, they won't leave you alone. And even more than that, they'll take what you have and they'll say they have the right to do it. I mean, they don't have a right to that land, do they?
No, the hell they don't. They're
Absolutely.
Ashkenazi Jews. They're Eastern European, or they're from scattered throughout Europe. They're nomadic tribes. Europeans don't even want to claim them. So they get kicked out everywhere they go. So and they come to my land during, it's been a process. They use the British mandate to basically facilitate the Zionist project. So the Balfour Declaration of 1917. And then the continued Jewish immigration from Europe into Palestine over the decades, the early 1900s, even the late 1800s. But yeah, Gaza. Oh, go ahead.
Well, it's all on record. They literally, the Jewish extremist groups at the beginning, to get the Jews to come to Israel, they did terror attacks on themselves. So it's literally, it's the blueprint we see now today of like false flag or green flag operations, like a 9/11 or an October 7th, where it's all organized to promote the empire. That's what it's all about. And people are waking up and seeing that. They're seeing the man behind the curtain, like Wizard of Oz, and they want to make they want to paint this into some sort of clash of civilizations, where it's the Jews against the Muslims, and they're just going to kill each other because they just hate each other, whatever. What it really is an ethno-supremacist ambition of, really just a fake state that's been created. It's like you say, they're not even really Jewish. It's like white people from Eastern Europe, people that are actually related to people of the time of Christ or the time of Jesus that we talk about here, are actually the Palestinian people. And that's genetic testing. That's on record. That's why it's illegal to get a genetic test in Israel. So you have this like cartoon state. Like you look at it, and they're evil murderers. It's monstrous. You have to look at it and just be like, this is absurd, right?
Yeah. And I think the important thing is that you guys invited them with open arms, basically, and then they literally came and killed you and steal your land.
The Nakba.
Yeah, it's insane. It's like you guys were open armed and come on in and and you guys get painted as like the enemy and these evil people when you were the ones that invited them into your land. And then they started this whole entire thing. Can you kind of go into the Nakba, and maybe some viewers don't understand it really?
Yeah, so the Nakba is Arabic for the catastrophe. So Nakba means catastrophe. Basically, it was an ethnic cleansing project from late 1947 until 1949. But we mainly, it's mainly coined to 1948 because that's when most of it happened. So basically, there was 3 Jewish terrorist groups: the Lehi, the Irgun, and the Haganah. These were all terrorist groups which formed the modern day Israeli Defense Forces, Israeli occupation forces. They literally went town to town. They started burning all the olive trees, uprooting olive trees, which we depended on. Right. Citrus groves, Jaffa was selling oranges across the world, even to the British Empire, who was the world power at the time. They burned all of that. They burned the crops. They destroyed the farmlands. They raped a lot of women. They killed a lot of kids. They displaced 750,000 Palestinians from their native indigenous lands. They killed 15,000 Palestinians, and they destroyed over 531 villages. And this created one of the world's largest displacements in history. So Palestinians, they went to Lebanon, they went to Syria, most of them went to Jordan, a lot of them went to Egypt, a lot of them went to Gaza. Actually, Gaza, over 90% of the population, they're refugees from their own land. You know what I'm saying? They put them in this
Right.
small concentration camp.
Well,
as
they
you
push
mentioned.
you off into a smaller reservation. That's what it is,
Yeah.
and that's what's happening in the West Bank as well. It's literally talk about, like, why would you destroy the olive trees? That's genocide. It's cultural erasure. You're
Yeah.
making it so those people aren't those people anymore. That's the entire goal. But oh no. The white people who the U.S. pays, they can LARP as settlers, and they can go, kick people off their land and take over their farms. That's okay. But oh no, when people are living in peace and harmony, we bulldoze what we have, we conquer it. It's ours now because we're victims and we deserve it.
Yeah, it's such
And
bullshit.
Is
Yeah, it
Jaffa is modern Tel Aviv, correct?
Yes. So we're actually from Jaffa.
Okay.
We're originally from Gaza, but we went to Jaffa because it was a big like trading city. It was a coastal city for work and stuff like that. So we stayed there for generations. And then come 1948, it was like April of 1948, May 1948. All the Palestinians there were kicked out except for like a small few that stayed behind. So my family went from Jaffa back to Gaza, and some went to like other places as well. So again, we're refugees in our own land. It's such bullshit. And the West Bank is a whole different story too, because they keep expanding their illegal Jewish settlements in the West Bank. It's supposed to be like our territory. But we can even talk about the 1947 UN partition plan, which was such bullshit.
Please.
Yeah, so the UN was new, and they were trying to, the British were done trying to figure out the Arab Jewish problem, as they called it. After all Sykes-Picot and all this bullshit, the French and the British splitting up the Levant and everything. But basically, the UN offered the fucking Jews, who are like 30% of the population at the time, 55% of the land. And you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, first of all, 30% of Jews at the time was a lot. We're like, what the fuck? You guys keep coming. We allowed you in, blah, 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 the Holocaust, they say, and all that. They were offered 55% of the land, the best land too, the most fertile land, like Jaffa, the coastal cities, where we denied that shit. Like, fuck no, we're not going to, like, why do we have to give up all this land for them? They're the minority. So they use that against us. Like, oh, we offered you guys a stay. They use that against us so many times. You deny so many peace deals. So basically that was denied. And then at late 1947, they decided to take 78% of historic Palestine. So leaving Gaza and the West Bank to us, basically. Gaza was, administered by Egypt, and the West Bank was annexed by Jordan. Then come 1967, the Six-Day War, they say, but we call this the setback, the Nexa. This is when they completely invaded all the surrounding Arab countries. They took Gaza and the Sinai from Egypt. They took the West Bank and East Jerusalem from Jordan. They took the Golan Heights from Syria, which is still, a problem today.
Yes.
And they literally took 100% of historic Palestine. So this June 1967 is when you have we call the Israeli occupation. So 20 years after that, 1987 is the first Intifada. So the shake-off is what it means in Arabic, the uprising, There were protests happening. We were like, hey, it's been 20 years. We're still under Israeli occupation. What the fuck? So that was a big time in history. Then 1993, you have the Oslo Accords, Oslo 1, Oslo 2, 1995. And then the second Intifada, which I had lived in Gaza, it was much more dangerous and violent. There's 5,000 Palestinians killed. A lot of places were destroyed. The only airport that was built in Gaza was destroyed too. Not only like they destroyed the power plants and all that, but they destroyed the airport as well. So they literally caged the people in Gaza. So there's a lot of history that people forget to mention.
No, that's awesome that you went through all of that to give us all an education. Here's my question. So Israel, the way that they fight a war, where they prosecute a conflict, is they carpet bomb a place until it's rubble, and they send tank columns in to quote unquote clear it out. That's the bravest, most moral army in the world. They bomb the civilians to death, and they come in and try to rule over the ashes. We're seeing the behavior from the U.S. now in the Iran conflict, in the Iran war, that mimics this, or we may have learned from them, is my point, this Israeli attitude where, it's a mass bombing campaign where we threaten to hit your civilian infrastructure. We kill your civilians. We can never forget, Lord have mercy, the 165 plus, even more women, little girls, and their teachers that were burned alive, murdered in this evil, heinous terrorist double tap attack on the Imanov school. So we cannot forget that. That is what we're talking about. And that is learned behavior that has been deemed acceptable because we've seen the Israelis do it, in my opinion. What you're seeing in Gaza is just the blueprint for how the empire, the U.S.-Israeli empire, because I think it's just the same thing, joined at the hip, what the U.S.-Israeli empire is going to do around the world now in the Middle East. That's what I see. What do you think about that? You think Trump is emboldened by Netanyahu, kind of likes it?
Yeah, Anthony, do you want to jump in?
Well, no, I just want to just say one thing, like something important for the viewers to understand, because a lot of people are under this illusion that like Muslims hate Christians and that they like kill them and chop off their heads and whatnot. You being from Gaza, having family from Gaza, you guys lived among the Christians kind of peacefully, right?
100%. Yeah, there were churches there. Even Hamas would even protect the churches and stuff like that. And there was a Christian hospital. Like I said, we were Christian before we were Muslim. You know, we converted later, and there was a lot of Palestinians who remained Christian. You know, there's Orthodox, there's other different types of Christians there. And then I have family in Egypt too. They across from them is a Coptic Christian family, and they're best friends. They grew up together. They celebrate each other's holidays. You know what I'm saying? They like, you know, greet each other. So it's all bullshit. Like, we were Christians before all these other motherfuckers who say like we hate each other and they try to make it a religious war. It's all fake.
Well, not to interrupt you, but you have American radical evangelical Christian Zionists, which is a sect. I wouldn't even call that Christianity. Thousands of miles away, thousands of years later, that are saying, "Oh no, the original Christians, the Orthodox Christians that are in these areas, that are in Lebanon, Syria, Gaza, like Palestine, in all these places. No. We get to bomb and kill you because our theology is correct and we actually worship the Israelis." Isn't that nuts? Because that's what the attitude in America is. They say, bless Israel and you'll be blessed. Curse Israel and you'll be cursed. They're literally holding like a black magic spell over the population.
Schofield,
they believe
Schofield Bible.
Yeah.
I think it's all because of the Schofield.
Yeah.
But back to your other question for him, Rex. Sorry. I just want that.
No, you're all good. Just what do you think about the U.S. kind of being inspired by these war crimes?
It makes me sick, honestly, and people need to start understanding that Israel's wrapped all around us. You know what I mean? They drain our resources. They take all of our tax dollars. They commit genocide and apartheid and ethnic cleansing with our hard-earned money, and we're not even prioritizing our own fucking country. You know what I'm saying? And Trump, he's a fucking puppet. He's on a tight leash. We see that with AIPAC. We see that with Israel groups. Like, you know, I used to say like pro-Israel group or Jewish groups. I'm like, it's just Israel at this point. Like, I think Anthony pointed that out to me. That makes a lot more sense. But yeah, it's sickening to see that we're going into this stupid fucking war that Trump campaigned against, you know, while he was running. He literally said he wants to pull out of Syria. He doesn't want endless wars, and look what he's doing.
I'm sorry to interrupt. He went and did a peace summit with all the heads of the Middle East in Saudi. I think it was in Riyadh.
Yes,
and he literally said no more neocon wars in the Middle East, like 6 months ago. Unbelievable.
But Netanyahu wouldn't approve that. You know what I mean? Like his master, he wouldn't allow him to do that because Israel wants us to do their bidding. They want us to weaken Iran because Iran is the only problem to them in that region. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Iran is a Shia country. It's a Shia power, and they do have their proxies. Hamas is a Sunni group. That's the only Sunni group that they are affiliated with. But they want us to go in there and knock out whatever Iran is doing because it is a threat to their Greater Israel project. So we're doing all their dirty work.
Yes. It not just a threat to the Greater Israel project, of course, but it's a threat to their genocide as well, because Iran is the only nation standing up against the genocide, along with the Houthis and Yemeni people, of course. Like, those are the two places you can look at.
Yeah, it gets a little tricky because so my friends from Syria who are Sunni, they hate Iran. You know what I mean? Because Iran, they backed Assad. Assad was a Shia, dictator. It gets a little complicated. Russia was involved in Syria, and obviously America was involved, and there's like different groups. So like they pin us all against each other. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how to say this. I wasn't like a big fan of Iran. I think they have their own agenda, basically to keep spreading like Shia power and influence within the region. They want their own influence. Like they use us basically as pawn pieces with these other groups. However, I welcome all attacks on Israel. I'm 100% against Israel. Fuck Israel. Anyone who attacks them, I support that attack on them 100%. So
Well,
can I-
something
It
had to
gets
be
a little
done about the
complicated.
genocide. Like there had to be a response to the genocide because like every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It's just kind of a law of the universe. So if you're going to do this, if you're going to kill hundreds of thousands of people in an open air prison, you know, even if a group we can criticize and say it's bad or whatever, I do criticize the Iranian regime. There are things that I disagree with, absolutely, right? But at the same time, we're not over there liberating Palestinian people. We're not over there making Netanyahu sweat. That's them doing that right now. And that's the objective reality of the situation. I look at it and like the U.S. purports to be like this paragon of moral virtue. And none of the other nations do this. Like it's our interest. It is what it is. Like it's why. What do you think of us and our attitude? How we kind of prance around?
Anthony, did you have something to say?
Well, no, I was just gonna say like, and this is I can't really speak on like what the Muslims do or whatever, like with the Shia and the Sunni or whatever. But isn't that kind of like the same thing with the left and the right? It's like it's just a splitting or whatever, and it's at the end of the day, now you're seeing the Iranians step up for the Sunnis, like except for the ones that are complete Zionists, you know, in the Gulf region. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, we can have our disputes or whatever, but it's like we all have a common enemy at the end of the day.
Well,
That's kind of the point.
what's God gonna judge you for? Is he gonna judge you off the like the knick-knack minutia of your theological beliefs, or if you try to save children? You know,
Yeah.
that's what I think it comes down to.
That's what
You know,
exactly.
it's like letting the perfect become the enemy of the good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
100%. Yeah, it gets a little like complicated. But I mean, during the live stream genocide of my people, the most documented genocide, you know, ever, there were times that, you know, Iran just kept talking, you know, and I realized like they were in a tight position because if they get involved directly against Israel, they, you know, America's going to come and try to save Israel, right? So they had to dance around somehow. The Houthis that they, you know, it's their proxy group from Yemen. We're helping out with the Red Sea blockade and all that. But ultimately, I think the world has failed my people 100%. You know, if it didn't, you know, 20,000 children being killed, you know, you're seeing their fucking heads blown off, their legs blown off. And that doesn't cause you to act. That makes me a little like.
Well, hold on a minute, because I did a debate yesterday where I was arguing for the American Republic. I was arguing for the values that I think that we used to at least purport to hold. I was arguing against child murder and genocide. And I had this guy, Ryland Stark, I had him tell me everything I've seen, most of it is all fake on X. All the footage I've seen is all fake. It's all AI. It's all Iranian propaganda, Palestinian propaganda. How do you make propaganda if you have no power, water, or electricity? I want to know about this. They got some magic device that runs on perpetual energy or something?
That's such bullshit, and that makes me so mad because
it made me mad too. I was crashing out. I was so angry. And he's oh, you actually think that's happening? I've seen it. Damn it!
Yeah.
Like seriously, man.
He's lived it.
Sorry, I don't mean to
He's
interrupt.
lived it.
Yeah, no, he's lived it.
And I've seen like I'm hearing stories from like the surviving family members. Just so my family right now, like all of our houses are destroyed. My uncles who have like plenty of kids, they're living in fucking tents outside. You know what I mean? Like they during the winter season, like the coastal city, it was very rough. There was kids who froze to death, hypothermia. You know what I mean? Their clothes would get soaked in the fucking rain, and they have to wear that, and they die because it's super cold. You know, because Israel isn't allowing any humanitarian aid, any fucking mobile homes that they promised to bring during the ceasefire. By the way, they killed over 791 Palestinians since the quote unquote ceasefire from October.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's such bullshit. But
they bombed those tents too, right? They bombed the tents.
Yeah. Literally, like there's so many people in my family who've been killed like that. So like I had my cousin Noor and my cousin Noor and Fulla. She was married to a doctor. They targeted that doctor specifically, you know, because any big doctor was always going to get targeted by Israel for some reason. They killed my cousin and all of their children. You know what I mean? And the youngest was a 9-year-old girl. And then they tried to kill the doctor, but he survived. And then they found him months later in a tent. They targeted that tent directly. They just literally bombed the tent. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's how sick they are. And he lost his wife and kids and his mother in that attack, you know, back last March. And then he got killed eventually too.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
The thing I often think about is the example of the GHF, right? And how they set that up, how they kicked the UN out. UN had over 400 aid centers. They say, no, 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 no. You're somehow giving the food to the evil Hamas. Oh, we can't have you there. So they build 4 GHF centers. And I forget the actual number. I'm sure it's much bigger than what I'm going to quote here. I think it was 2,000 killed and like 12,000 injured just walking, like they make them walk like they're cattle over, to the slaughterhouse. And I'm sorry, sorry to be graphic. Like, this is the reality. People have to understand there's mass murder going on right now. This is a Holocaust. It's what it is. Holocaust means death by fire. What is not death by fire than dropping a bomb on somebody, burning them to death, or shooting them? I'm sorry. I'm being so graphic. You've lived through it. You know what this is, but the audience has to understand. This is not a joke. This is not something you can make concessions about. Oh, we have a compromised position. Israel is a terrorist state that has occupied both our land and these people's land. They've taken everything from these people but their dignity, and they've left us with everything but our dignity. You see, we're the pay pigs for the system. We pay to drop bombs on your family. That's what we consent to as Americans through our political process. So until we wake up and until we make this the number one issue, that there is an actual Holocaust happening right now that these people deny, these are Holocaust deniers.
Yeah,
that's what they are.
Yeah, they are. I saw a video today. It broke my heart. It was some guy in Gaza that he was riding his bike. He got killed. And he was like the guy that feeds all the cats in the area. And his body's just surrounded by cats.
Lord have mercy.
It's horrible. It's horrible stuff. It's horrible.
It's disgusting. A couple things I wanted to mention. So the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, it is a slaughterhouse, like you mentioned. So I actually had a 14-year-old cousin who was targeted at that site. They shot him in his legs. The Israeli forces shot him in his legs 4 times. And he life-altering injury, right? And I had an 11-year-old cousin who was shot in his back, and the bullet went through his stomach. They both survived, but again, life-altering injuries, trauma for the rest of their lives. So it's very sick. And I've had like distant cousins be killed at these sites as well. This was during the blockade that they fully announced on television. You know what I mean? They said no food, no water, no electricity, no gas, nothing. It's all going to be closed. They literally said this publicly. Again, they are committing their fucking crimes in 4K. They're saying everything what they're going to do, and people still deny it. You know what I mean? Netanyahu and Gallant, they have ICC arrest warrants issued against them. You know what I mean? International Criminal Court.
No, they're international criminals.
They are. Yeah. They're
then you have people like Cam Higbee and others in America that are like saying, "Oh, we're giving them food. They're not getting starved." Like, it's disgusting. Like, these people.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're good.
This is such a key point, because you have the Xavier Durousseau, the gay black guy. You have the Cam Higbee. You have the Emily Saves America. They all go over here to a film set where they have giant boxes of food, everything covered in sand, ripped open, perishable items, obviously all now ruined and gone. And they stand there and they laugh on camera. And they go, look, they're saying there's no food. I'm standing here with all the food. And they're wearing an empty plate carrier with no body armor in it. And they're surrounded by the IDF. And that's literally presented to you as if it's fact.
$7K. They get. Well, they were supposed to get paid $7,000 for that. But Israel apparently.
It's the 30 pieces of silver. That's around equivalent.
The checks bounced. They never got the money.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, like, it was a failed like propaganda mission, I guess. Well, I mean, you have some dumbasses like the boomers and all that, like, oh yeah, they're lying, But I mean, like, I had a 1-year-old in the family be starved to death because of this, and I'll send Anthony the video on Instagram.
It's disgusting. Makes me want to vomit.
It was my cousin's son, and they were pleading like, hey, like they cut everything off. They cut all humanitarian aid off. We call that collective punishment. You know what I mean? Like, this is an open air prison. Before the genocide, if you Googled the world's largest open air prison, Gaza popped up. You know what I mean? It was literally a fact. Like, there was a time when one of the leaders, they said the goal is not to kill them by starvation, but to put them on a diet. You know what I mean? They literally would count the calories that they would give to the Palestinians. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of bullshit that say, oh, we pulled out in 2005. We withdrew for peace. That's bullshit. The occupation didn't end then. You just remotely control it. It's a different style of occupation. You know what I mean? When you control the fucking land, the air, the sea, that's the blockade that you impose on them. You still control them. You still occupy them.
Isn't it interesting that we always hear from the slave master that they have a right to wield the whip? That's essentially what the argument is. They go, look, hey, we have no choice but to do collective punishment. The Palestinians are hiding Hamas, the evil Hamas. So we just got to kill them all. That's literally what they say. And like,
I'm
that's, I appreciated the guy on the debate with me yesterday. He was honest. He's like, yes, we have the right to kill people. We are an empire. We do whatever we want because it's in our interest. And I disagree with that. I think that's evil. It's in Israel's interest, obviously. So he's not even correct, but just off the basis of being like, yeah, we're criminals. We're evil. We're murderers. We commit crime. That is the position that more and more you're having to see. Like, that's what they are as hardliners. You're having to see these people take because they can't couch it anymore in being moral. They have to now say that it's just something we have to do. You see a lot of that, like this is mandatory, like we're already down this road, we got to keep going further, because I think that's what's pushed on the Americans.
I don't want to sidetrack the conversation, but I have to say something. Bob the Mover, I pray for your soul, man. He's saying I feel bad for his cousins and all his people, but he should be giving them their food, his food. He looks like he is not like he's eating.
Are you crazy?
What
Are
a
you
scumbag, dude. What a scumbag.
I can't even see the comments. Hold on. Let me see.
Probably a Jew. Because that
well, the thing is, Bob, you've never understood what it's like to lose family in a genocide. So maybe you should sit this one out.
Disgusting, dude.
You should sit this one out. Got anything you want to say?
There's a lot of people who say dumb shit all the time. I just ignore them. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, that's what I say too.
Yeah, you know, but I'm sorry for bringing that up.
No, but you're okay. Just what do you think about us like being at a point now where like it's like you're on that thing at the airport where you're like moving forward, but you're standing still. We're on that track. Right. What do you think about us being on the track? Do you think more is coming? Do you think that they will enhance the genocide? Do you think they might use nuclear weapons? What do you think?
They're a rogue terrorist state. You know what I mean? So like nothing will surprise me. Like the more footage I see, I'm like, I can't believe the world is allowing this to fucking still happen. We need military action against these motherfuckers. But we, us being the strongest country in the world and them having us, around the fucking balls, like it's insane, bro. So we need to free America from Israel. Like if we do that, yes, we have a lot more fucking power. You know what I mean? We got to.
Well, that's the thing is like I feel like we have a lot more in common than we do in difference. In reality, they're the weirdos. They're the weird foreign people that don't share any values with us. And that's the thing we look at here. Imagine how much the world would love us if we just put a stop to this monstrosity. If we just 100%. Ended it, and America could end it anytime they want. And that's why I'm so anti-Trump now, is because you have to look at like. Not even silence is violence. Like they're actively speaking, giving weapons, doing everything they can to fund it. This is just as much a U.S. operation as it is an Israeli operation. And that's because we're an occupied nation. They occupy us. They control our government. They control our military. They take us to war. All right. People go, Qatar, the funding, all of it. Does Qatar take us to war? Because Secretary of State Marco Rubio said, Israel was going to attack. We feared that Americans would die in the Iranian retaliation, so we had to attack too. So that means Israel takes us to war. That's an occupied government. We've given Israel $300 billion, way more money if you account for inflation, trillions of dollars to fund their murder machine. We're an occupied nation. Like I said, we have all the creature comforts and whatever. Maybe even those are going away. We don't have our dignity. Because we're slaves. We're slaves to the system, and we're the house slave, so we're allowed to live in the house. So it's just a little bit different. And then you got the guy out in the field being whipped, being abused, and that's the Palestinian. And we go, we're in the house. We're in the house. It's not a problem for us. Isn't our life great? Isn't our life wonderful? When in reality, we're in the exact same situation. Somebody owns us. They own us, guys. That's why this has to end. That's why I don't care about my own life. It doesn't matter anymore. We don't live in a real world. We don't live in a real society. It's all fake. This guy's family members have been murdered illegally with American munitions that we bought and paid for. And you're unaware of it. So we're going to wake you up now. That's what this is. We're all in a process of waking up from the sleep. What's going on? A Holocaust. Where's it happening? Gaza.
That needs to be clipped. That needs to be clipped. That needs to be clipped.
Yeah.
And put all over the internet. That was beautifully said, man.
Thank you. Well, it's the truth. Like, and that's the thing is, it doesn't take any effort to tell the truth. Like these people, like a Ben Shapiro or a John Doyle, where they just go up and lie. I imagine you do have to be very smart to have some sort of complicated scheme as to how you could rationalize all this death. I just hate death. So I just tell the truth. And I know that's what you do too. That's what Anthony does too. It's what Tim does too. It's what we all do. So
yeah, I want Bob saying like he didn't mean that. I'm sorry. Maybe you read it wrong. Maybe he thinks this is what I think people might think right now. I think they might think you're in Gaza. You're not in Gaza. So that's maybe they're saying share your food with them.
It's not important. Things get lost in translation.
Yeah, it's all good. Sorry, Bob.
This was the youngest killed in our family.
Lord have mercy.
Hanan Asfour, 3 months old. They targeted her house 3 times with airstrikes, and she had like, so that's my cousin's daughter. He had 1 daughter survive. 6 kids killed. 1 daughter survived. She was 8 years old. She was hit with shrapnel, her head and her chest. His wife was killed. His father was killed. His aunt was killed. His cousins were killed. The story is pretty crazy, actually. He went to I don't know if I shared it with Anthony before, but he went to the hospital to visit an injured relative, on November 18th, 2023. He came back to, his place of worship, and he saw it reduced to rubble. Now he saw his father beheaded. He saw his wife and children, 6 of his children, in pieces. The oldest was a 14-year-old girl. Wow. The youngest was a 3-month-old baby. And all of his kids were in pieces. The 2-year-old girl, the 6-year-old girl, the 8-year-old boy, the 13-year-old boy. He only had 2 boys, and they were both killed. Wow. And the rest of the girls were killed too. And he saw one of his daughters, survive, but she was bleeding, and she was in critical condition. So this is what we're facing, here in Gaza, and he would have been killed too if he didn't go visit that injured relative, So I got to meet them in Egypt back in a couple years ago. They were able to go to Egypt to get treatment for his surviving daughter, who was 8 years old. And she told me she wished she died with her mom and her siblings. An 8-year-old girl telling me this. It's crazy to hear an 8-year-old say that. Clearly, she's gonna have she needs psychological treatment for the rest of her life. And I don't know how they're gonna manage and function. There's only so much I can do. Go there, see them, talk to them, give them whatever I have. It's just heartbreaking shit, and that's just one example. You know what I'm saying? Think about
it's you sharing your story. That's what I'm just gonna say. It's you sharing her story. That's how you're helping her. That's how you're gonna be able to help the entire world. Just like what we're doing here. It's we're telling people about these things. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. And this is the other girl who was killed in that attack too.
Lord have mercy. Just like everyone's daughter, sister, granddaughter at home. It's the same. It's the same thing. That's a human being. That's a human being right there.
2 years old, 3 months old, both killed by Israel.
It's terrorist state, man. It's really sick. It's really disgusting what these people do.
Rest in peace to all these beautiful souls, man.
Yeah.
And this
is horrible, man. I'm tearing up right now. It's brutal.
So am I.
It's crazy, man. And then you have retards who want to say it's fake. You know what I'm saying? It's propaganda. It's AI. Fuck you, dude. You know what I'm saying? Right. Not only are we getting killed, but we're getting our deaths are we're getting killed twice, basically. You know what I'm saying? They're denying even our deaths now.
Well, that's exactly. I don't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
And then this was the oldest. She was 14 years old. So right before the genocide, she memorized the entire Quran, our holy book, and she was awarded for it. She did that at 13 years old. 114 chapters. She memorized the whole thing. Awarded for it, and then she gets killed a couple months after. So, wow. By the fucking terrorist state, by our tax dollars, because we don't care about people domestically. We don't give a fuck about enhancing infrastructure or education, all these other things we can do to improve our standard of living, or we want to give Israel our money so they can kill and displace people and create fucking refugee problems all over the world.
It's $10 trillion that have been spent in foreign wars since the original Gulf War. If you look at Iraq, if you look at Afghanistan, if you look at Ukraine, you look at Israel and the Iran conflict now, it's $10 trillion that we've spent. And that's the argument that I'd make is of course, the key argument is we're all grounded in epistemology here. We're Christian, and to us, the human soul is sacred. We believe man is created by God, an image of God, and that it's wrong to do things like this off that basis. But just from a pure, just grift lord, profit motivated perspective, why would you do this? Why would you spend $10 trillion of your nation's money instead of on the people here, instead of on infrastructure here, instead of on science, education, technology, healthcare? I mean, you could have given everyone free healthcare, free childcare, free everything forever. Why would you reject that in service of a war that's just going to kill people and make everyone hate us around the world and is going to degrade everything? It's not rational. It's evil. It's satanic. It's Satan. That's what all of this is. Evil is a broken system, because good, it perpetuates itself and it goes on. It's fruitful and it multiplies. evil is a broken system, and that's what they are. Netanyahu knows that Israel probably won't exist in 10, 20 years unless he does what he does right now. And that's the sick calculation. That's that deal with the devil that's been made. So we look at all these things. It's not rational at all. And that's why we argue with people that support these things. You can't even really get them there because they're turned over to evil. That's what I think it is. That's my opinion.
I just want to say, William, for you, like you're I mean, I'm so emotional over this. I'm sure you're like distraught over this. This is your family. And it would probably be very easy for you to become a terrorist, but you've taken a different position. You've taken a peaceful position. You've taken an education position. I see you're like going to actual like town halls and you're speaking and you might want to get involved in some level of government and
got to do more.
Man, God bless you for that, because it would be if this happened to me, just speaking for myself, I would be on a killing spree.
You have to be able to present, and I think that's what you do well. Is you've laid everything out right here, and I wouldn't be able to talk about if it was my family. I wouldn't be able to talk about it as strongly as you're able to. It would mess me up too much, man. Like when I was in that debate with that guy yesterday, I was so angry. I was so angry because how do you deny? And I'm not even directly involved in it, you know. So for you, like, what is your activism? What does it mean to you? Like, what do you want to do?
Yeah, so this is the least I can do. You know what I mean? Like, spread the stories, tell my family stories, make sure, I try to correct the narrative however I can, because again, this is nothing new. I've been seeing it my whole life.
Yes.
For the stupid media, conditioning people to hate us, to make us seem like we're the enemy, and then seeing people be easily brainwashed and fooled by it. And then the media always neglecting to tell other stories, like real stories. So the least I can do is tell my family's story, make sure we're not forgotten, make sure we get we're in the narrative. And I just try to move people. I try to tell them like, hey, look, there's no politics about this. Like, look, there's a fucking 3-month-old baby girl who was killed. Let me show you right here. It's not political at all.
Yeah. No. That's the key. This is a human thing. This isn't politics. This isn't a game. This is human life.
It's morality.
Exactly. So like that's what fuels me. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing how a lot of people just don't know, and me wanting to bridge, that gap essentially, and telling people the truth, showing them how I'm directly impacted, and trying to come at it from different angles. You know what I mean? Because my goal is not to make people pro-Palestine, whatever. Like, it's a humanitarian thing, you should be, right? But my goal is just to get people to like understand, like, hey, their narrative is not being told. Their narrative is being, muffled or suppressed for some reason. Why? Who controls the media? And that's what fuels me. Seeing the death and destruction of my people, and people not saying a fucking word about it. And this is why it's allowed to happen, because nobody knew about the fucking the 6-day war occupation since 1967. Nobody knew about the open air prison, about the siege on Gaza since June of 2007. Nobody knew that. And by the way, from June 2007 until October 6, 2023, there were over 6,700 Palestinians killed in Gaza by Israel. Nobody said a fucking word in the media. Yeah, even when, like, Democrats too, fuck the Democrats. When they're in office, they pretend to be the people of the party, and they care about, human rights and all this bullshit, except when it comes to my people. You know what I mean? So they're all fake and fucking stupid.
Well, that's something we talk about a lot, is the rejection of the two-party system. We're done with that. The Republican Democrat, it's literally the old stoner saying, but it's true. It's two wings on the same bird. That's literally what it is. That's what we deal with. And there's no option for Americans, it seems, to get out of this. But I think that's finally coming, because the last boomer will turn 90 in 2054. And you were going to see, it's going to be like a glass of water here that has ice over it. When the ice melts, the water will finally be able to pour out, the water of the truth and liberty and justice and freedom that people under the age of 60 really want. It really is this hyper propagandized group of evangelical Zionists, Christian Zionists nominally, that have these positions. Literally, they had a psychological warfare operation run on them. They were given a Schofield Bible, which taught them that it was their biblical responsibility to serve the modern political state of Israel. That's how it was preached to them. That's how they were trained. And you deal with them. I mean, my pinned tweet is a Boomer Street interview that I did. And I'm talking to this boomer about the war, and I'm talking about the school, I'm talking about the genocide, I'm talking about all of it. And he goes, well, life is in living color. And I go, okay, so you kill a baby one way, it's murder. You kill a baby another way, it's life in living color. It's all these colorful metaphors, because they've been propagandized to such a degree. They don't have an actual grounding of what the world is. They don't understand the planet. They don't understand gravity. They don't understand how to breathe. Like they're literally just like a matrix being that's plugged into a battery to fund the system. That's what we see. And when that runs out, and it will run out, you will see change.
Yeah, hopefully it comes sooner, because I mean,
that's what we do. That's what we're doing here.
I just feel bad. Like, how do you live with yourself like that? You know what I mean? Like, how are you not embarrassed to be like that easily fooled and conditioned and toyed with and brainwashed? Like, I would feel like a dumbass. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
Sure.
yeah, these people are dumb as well.
I think all of us Americans feel that way. We all feel like dumbasses. We're all part of the system.
I gotta use the bathroom real quick. You guys keep going.
Okay. I'll show you the picture when Anthony comes back.
Yeah, and this is all very powerful. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm a bit of a yapper. I like to talk a lot, but this is everything we talk about on the stream always, man. And like, it really means a lot to have you here today. And I want to have more conversations with you and other people like you, because it's a human thing. And when people see you and you're a human being, you're talking about your family, people can, money, economy, national security. That's all bullshit. None of that's real. What matters is human life. And I thought, at least ideologically, we purported to be a nation that cared about such things, that set up these international law frameworks after World War II. And you look at what's happening right now, we could talk about Nazi Germany and all of that. I would say that the Jewish people or the Israeli people internalized that and did the same thing, even worse, perhaps, to the Palestinian people. I think that's what it is. And you see these memes all the time, or I guess kind of like tough edits, like a hard edit or something. It'll be like an IDF soldier with a gun. It'll be like, Jews, not so easy to F with anymore. Well, no one's trying to F with you. You're trying to F with everybody else. It's this false thing of like, it's like a firefighter that goes around starting fires. That's literally what it is. They fund all the terrorist groups. I mean, look at ISIS, look at Al-Qaeda. I mean, they're happy. They were happy with Syria. I mean, al-Julani or al-Shara, now al-Julani changed his name. He's a head chopper. He chops people's heads off. That's American foreign policy. That's what we do. That was my point.
Yeah, and I'm with you 100%. I mean, it's like, it feels so relieving to see like you guys say and do what you're doing, because this is what like I've been feeling. I've been so frustrated over the years, and talking to people like boomers with their brainwashed fucking propaganda bullshit. There's no going through to them. It's like talking to a wall. So like I feel so relieved, hearing from both of you guys, seeing how woke you guys are about this, the topic, the subject, and wanting to truly put America first, because there's a lot of people with binary ways of thinking, which we need to break from as well. I don't like that at all. And I wanted to mention something about, Rex's dad real quick. I saw a clip of him. It was like around 9/11, before 9/11 even. Like he knew what was happening to the Palestinians. He knew what like Israel was doing. He said they were like literally they would shoot kids in the genitals, and they still do this to this day, by the way. So he was ahead of the curve with reporting on it. So I did appreciate that from your dad, and I know he's anti-establishment, and I would say I'm the same way. Like I think I'm a libertarian, but maybe not fully libertarian. I don't know. Like I'm trying to figure that shit out. I hate Democrats. I hate Republicans. I hate the two-party system.
Same.
We need an independent party. We need to start over. Honestly, we need a whole new fucking thing. And prioritize America, literally. So.
There's like a collective psyop too on the whole entire Free Palestine movement, because they almost blend the Antifa people with it to make it like this like erratic behavior. But like when people like us can sit here and have like a real conversation about it and be calm, and like as much as emotions are high right now, right? I feel like this is a way better approach to doing it than just like taking to the streets and causing chaos. That's my opinion.
No, I totally agree. And here's the thing. All the radical groups, what did we just see come out? The right-wing extremists that are funded by the big law firms. Who runs the big law firms? We're not allowed to say that. Kind of the same thing on the left, where they want to create this thing where there's this positive, or not positive, just there's a real moral response from the people. The people are outraged and angry. They pair that with something parasitic in order to get you to do some sort of action that requires them to fortify their system. It's all about building more control, more authoritarianism. That's what all that is. When in reality, we all just got to come together, not on the basis of party lines, not even an ideological line. We're all human beings. I say this often. I'm a human supremacist. I believe in the species. I want the species to move forward. I want the species to survive. I want every person around the world to have the rights to actualize their freedom given to them by God. This is what I believe. So let's all come together on that basis, not on the basis of left or right, or even, what nationality or what country. We should all want to live in harmony with each other. That's my opinion. And people will say, that's pie in the sky. You're a bleeding heart liberal, blah, blah, blah. All we've ever tried is war, death, and murder. Why can't we try something else? Why?
Yeah,
What? Give me we have nuclear weapons. These Israel has nuclear weapons. We're under attack. We're under attack. If they were ever going to be destroyed, they'd nuke every capital in the world. It's called the Samson option. Wild.
Yeah, we need to give peace a chance. Like,
Yes.
I know it's the hippie stance or whatever, but it really, like, this is first off what Christ came and taught.
Yes.
This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to have compassion. We're supposed to have morals. We're supposed to love our neighbor. And everything that is being pushed in this world right now is satanic to divide us, you know, in every single way, shape, and form. And like, I respect the people that go out into the streets for Palestine and stuff. But like I said, I think that there's a way better collective effort that we can do it to just keep things calm, because it's like, is there people?
Rights.
Yeah, agreed fully. Like, we need William Ashford's, like, people that are going to stand up and almost not take the Martin Luther King step to it, but like go out there and speak and stand on the soapbox and let people know. And like, we have the internet and digitally are able to do that. But I feel like we also need to be in our town hall meetings. We need to go out there and speak that the American people don't support genocide. We don't support war. We just want our country to be isolationist at this point. Nationalism, you know?
Talk to one person every day about this. That's what my mission is. That's what I try to get done every single day. I try to just inform one person about what's going on. That's all. Everyone here, we got almost 2,000 people in here right now. That is your job, is to tell people about the genocide that's going on right now. That's our obligation.
As Anthony mentioned before, like, the most powerful weapon we have is our microphones. So, and I completely agree. You know what I mean? So it's powerful just to build bridges and, you know, tell our stories and things like that. So communication is key, essentially. But, you know, we're all pinned against each other. You know, it's my side, his side type shit. I don't agree with any of that. But I do want to mention a point that you brought up, like making it a left issue, a right issue. I hate that so much. And like, I'm not going to lie, people on the left, they weaponize my cause, my struggle, you know what I mean, for their own agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like, me being from Gaza directly impacted, I'm not a fucking, like, I wouldn't say like I'm left or, you know, far left or anything like that. There are people like, you know, communists, Marxists, who are willing to throw me away because I don't subscribe to their ideology, even though I'm directly impacted. They're quote unquote, you know, protesting for me or fighting for me. But, you know, me saying, oh, I don't agree with your fucking X, Y, and Z, they're like, oh yeah, we're done with you. Get out of here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm like, are you genuine? Are you genuinely like with me? Or you just want to use me as a fucking tool for your own agenda? And that's what the left does. You know what I'm saying? That's what people on the far left, they do. And I don't like and I don't appreciate. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sick and tired of Democrats. I'm sick and tired of these fucking communists, Marxists, socialists. Like, they all piss me off. And I'm not trying to like divide anyone or anything like that, but I'm like, you guys are fake as fuck. You weaponize struggles. You want to garner votes. It's all for your own agenda. Communists, they just want a workers' revolution. They hate the fucking rich. They're they're like even anti-religion, I would say, communists are.
They are.
But you know, they see people in Gaza, how like faithful they are, how dedicated they are to their faith. So they're trying to go the Islam route. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying to like take that and like say like how much they love Islam and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, motherfucker, we know you're anti-religion. You just, you know, if you say you're anti-religion, you're going to lose people from, you know, Gaza and things like that. So they're all trying to, they're weaponizing our struggle for their own agenda. And I don't like that. And I don't think it's genuine. I think it's bullshit. And I've had more and like fruitful conversations with people, you know, from the right and like from different aspects of the political spectrum.
Sure. Well, I mean, here's what I always say. They want to do this extremism so they can usher in that new authoritarian, totally political system that I was talking about. Because when it comes down to it, not talking about the American government, which is a very evil institution as it is, but our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, the things the founding fathers said, it is the best system that has ever been created. We don't follow that system. We don't give people their rights. We don't avoid foreign entanglements. We do everything that they told us not to do. What I want is a return to actual, what I believe American values to be, which is rights and liberation and equality for people. And you can talk about how that's progressed over time. I would say we're in the modern era. We can live in the full spirit now of what was written. That's what I support. The solutions are all there. We're not supposed to be doing any of the things we're doing right now.
Agreed. Totally agreed. I mean, like, the real cause that we should all be getting behind is just morality. You know, it's like, if you don't understand what God puts on people's hearts, especially your own heart, then that means that you're far away from God. You know, if you can literally sit there and make jokes or say that this isn't real, like the guy that you debated yesterday or whatever, it's like, you're just basically damning yourself to hell. You know, like we're seeing a small portion just through Williams' family. You know how many Williams there are out in Gaza that have this story? Like so many. The entire region has this story. Like just people need to put themselves in other people's shoes. Just imagine if you lived in an area where that happened to you or your family. Like what would you do?
Think about the most intense pain, sadness, rage you've ever felt in your life based on something horrible happening to you. Everyone's experienced that to some degree. Now imagine that times 1,000,000, and that's your life. And there's no avoiding it or running away from it. It's just reality. And then like people here go to therapy and pay $200 a month because like their parents were mean to them or something. But then they'll support a system that does this to people. That's the American issue that I have, is just like the greed and the self-infatuation, the worship of the self, is we don't really consider people overseas to even be human. Like that's what all this comes down to. And you look at American foreign policy, when Americans vote, they vote based off domestic policy. Like that's all they care about. It's like gas price, how much does things cost, whatever. They don't realize that all the domestic policy is a consequence of our foreign policy. You don't get to separate the two. That's so crazy to me.
And we keep putting a bigger target on our backs because, you know, people keep dragging us into wars, you know, who these people are. And you're right, 100%, like foreign policy, what we do impacts us here domestically. And I just want us to fucking isolate from every fucking thing and not worry, not have foreign occupations overseas, not send our resources overseas, not sponsor coups or prop up coups or rig elections. I'm tired of this shit. Can we just focus here and stop creating enemies and refugees across the fucking world? Because it's going to bite us in the ass. You know,
well, 100%. Yeah, go ahead.
We just need to focus. Like, we just need to focus here. Like, build our infrastructure. I've been to other countries overseas, and like, they're living in the fucking future. You know, you go to some places. I mean, there's beautiful cities across America, of course, but then you see some shitty places too. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought we were supposed to be the richest, strongest, most powerful nation. But you know, we're being bled dry, our tax dollars, and that's why I want to get into office eventually. I don't know like what level, but I want us to focus on ourselves, focus domestically, and stop creating enemies. You know, wipe the slate clean globally. However we can do that. I mean, there's debates on how we do that, but I think we just need to like start over, build from the ground up, and you know, get all these fucking targets off our back.
We got someone in the chat that says that kumbaya isn't going to work. All right, so is spending $11,500 a second going to continue to work? Because that's what we're doing right now. Like, what if we gave that to just one random American every second, or one random homeless person? It would take a couple days to get rid of all the homeless people, or a couple weeks, whatever the math is.
Yeah,
like,
go down 6th Street. Go down 6th Street. Like, I have to give a rebuttal on. You said that America has beautiful cities. No, we don't. none of our cities are beautiful. I live in Austin. I lived in New York City. I lived in LA, Miami. None of those places are beautiful. They're all rotten shitholes. Go down 6th Street in Austin. I said it the other day. I went to a comedy show the other night. I ran to my car after. Like, literally, it was like, I gotta get out of here, dude. I'm not trying to get beat up. I'm not trying to get stabbed or shot with a needle. Like, it's disgusting. We live in filth. And over in Tel Aviv, their city's actually like a really nice city. Like, people don't realize that. Like, now it's, you know, got hit a lot.
Well, look, it's all a reflection of our values. Of course, we live mired in sin and murder and destruction. It's what we spread. And like that's my entire argument, is like, if we want things to change here, if we want things to be better here, then we, the people, must become better. That's literally what it all is. It's so simple.
Yeah,
it really is.
There's people pinning us against each other, and you know, there's a lot of bullshit that we need to unpack. But a couple more things, because I know we're almost at time.
No, you're good. You're good. We got as much time as you need.
Oh, okay, sweet. I wanted to show you guys my cousin when he was hurt. The first strike, he was 12 years old here. So this is Yusuf Abu Anza. He was targeted a couple days after October 7th of 2023. So this attack that he survived, he was critically injured. It killed his father. His father was a doctor. So my aunt is a widow now. It killed his uncles and it killed his cousins on his dad's side. And then this same cousin, the one I just showed you, he was the one who was shot 4 times in his leg 2 years later when he was trying to get, you know, fucking crumbs by the fucking Jews at the Gaza humanitarian, you know, sites. And he was shot 4 times in his leg, and now he's going through like other different surgeries. He was able to go to Romania, I want to say a couple months ago. So they let him like go get treatment over there after literally killing his father, killing his cousins, killing his uncles, almost killing him, and then targeting him again, shot him in his legs 4 times. So he's 14 now. You know what I'm saying? He's been through all that shit in the last couple of
Praying
years.
for him, man. Praying for him. Seriously.
Yeah,
Keep up with my prayers.
There's always this example I like to give. I don't like to give it, but I have to give it, of Destiny, of Stephen Bennell. Do you know who that, not going to say gentleman is? You know who that individual is? You're familiar with him?
No, I don't think so.
He's a huge streamer. He's kind of like he calls himself the omni liberal, things like this. He went over to Israel. He went over to Palestine, and he told the IDF soldiers, who of course we know they film themselves committing the war crimes of once they clear the house, once they kill the women or capture them or do whatever they're going to do to the people inside, they put on the lingerie of the women from the house, and they take videos wearing their clothes. And this is the most moral army in the world. And that's the same army that did that to your relative. And that's what we support. That's what we bank for.
It's terrorism at its finest.
Yes,
and this was Yusuf. This was the same kid I showed you like a minute ago, after he was shot 4 times in his leg. So he's had multiple surgeries. They said the bone was like dead or something in his leg. So I saw a video the other day of like them cleaning up the wounds, and like again, they don't allow the medical equipment in. They don't allow the doctors in.
Wow.
It's very, very rare. So like they have to figure out a way to get these surgeries done, and you know, like make sure the wound is still clean. There were doctors who had to operate on their own kids without like anesthesia or anything like that, and the kids would like die as they're trying to operate on the kid. You know,
but what isn't the hospitals and the doctors and the press, they're all terrorists, right? Like those are like terrorist centers. The schools, they have like rockets under them, and in the hospitals, these doctors that are educated, right? Like and the people that are just press, like they're terrorists. That's like what I've been told by the IDF. Like they're the worst ones in the country, you know. So
it's such bullshit. Like that's how they manufacture consent to kill literally everything and everyone. Majority of the death toll, women and children, by the way. You know, so the number, if we go by Gaza's numbers, it's over 72,000 Palestinians have been killed. We know the number's way higher than that because there's still like 11,000 missing. There's people under the rubble that they're still trying to find every day. People held hostage. I had relatives held hostage, and the stories they told me, they were electrocuted, they were whipped, they had like hot water poured on them. There were people who were raped. Literally, they would stick sharp objects up their rectums, and there was somebody who was killed by it. You know, they had they punctured lungs, broken ribs. It's all on fucking film. That's the thing that pisses me off. And they're training dogs to rape humans.
Yeah, they're Nazis. That's what they are. They're fascist Nazis. That's what they became, and they internalized all of it, and they became that. That's what the Israeli state is. And just to point to what you're saying about, because it's the U.S.-Israeli empire, what we're doing over in Gaza, and you're talking about the doctors, they can't treat the kids, they don't have the ability to treat the kids, they don't have the materials, the resources that they need. Look at what we've done to Cuba. Okay, in Cuba, you have hospitals. They don't have the diesel. They have to take the babies off the incubator. The baby dies. You know, we heard, oh, Saddam Hussein took babies off incubators. That's American foreign policy. That's what we do. That's what America does. And we've killed 38 million people since the middle or end of the 20th century. I forget where the Brown University study points to. We've killed 38 million people with our sanctions. So we're talking about right now, you guys have to deal with the most extreme, the kinetic genocide attacks that happen all the time. But the rest of the world is also suffering under the yoke of this empire. And this empire says, we control the global financial system. We control whether resources come to you or whether they don't come to you. Submit, bow to us, do whatever we want. And because the Palestinian people are not going to give up their land, they must all be killed. That's American foreign policy. That's what our government, our empire supports. That's what I just want to keep reading it. It's just the truth. So people understand what it is that you co-sign when you support any of this garbage.
Exactly, 100%. So whoever made the kumbaya comment earlier, like I'm not naive, and I'm sure none of us here are. We're not naive, but we can literally stop like sanctioning people. There's actionable steps we can take to make this place better and to get the target off our fucking back. Like, hey, let's not starve the whole fucking population. Let's not cut off fuel or like electricity from this country or from the city or from whatever. We can do that because why are we looking elsewhere when we have a lot of problems here domestically? Again, I think our focus is on other places. Our attention is being diverted by the Jews to other places across the world for their benefit, not our benefit. And it makes me sick, and I'm tired of it. We need to wake up. We need to get our heads out of our asses, and we need to do what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all from different backgrounds, different faiths, and we are coming together to realize we have a common enemy, and we're trying to build a better future. So that's how I see it.
Well, that's powerful. You got anything else you want to say in closing? I think that was a good interview.
Yeah, it was. Anthony, thank you so much for bringing me on. I met Anthony through the White Rabbit podcast, Catalyst Jones, and then we did a couple shows together. It was amazing. Rex, it's actually mind blowing to like actually meet you and talk to you. You're amazing. You speak really well, and I like your ideas. And what happened to your dad is fucked up. Like what happened to like freedom of speech? Like that's our civil liberties. I will add one more thing. Our civil liberties are being taken away for the benefit of a certain group, and I don't like that. What happened to all these people?
Totally. And let's do another just 5 minutes on this, because here's the thing. What happened to us is absolutely nothing compared to people being murdered overseas. It's literally doesn't even register. It's like a bacteria in an elephant. That being said, it's the same principle because both those things are alive. You see what I'm saying? It's an oppressive system that attacks people that aren't in line with it, that won't kowtow and push the murder. And you can say a lot of things about my dad. I disagree with plenty of my dad's positions. My dad is staunchly anti-war. And you see him coming out and being anti-war and being anti-genocide. He says so himself. Now that gets you labeled low IQ. That gets you attacked. And the same law firms that sued us, that were given $48 million by the government to sue us, they were the ones that sued Trump. So you look at the Alex Jones situation, you look at a guy that questions an event and has to pay $1 billion because he questions it. All these people are telling us right now that a Holocaust isn't happening when it's happening right in front of our faces. So I would like to see, an equal standard, not this double standard that's applied. And that's why I point out us. You can say, hey, maybe my dad, you consider him to be morally reprehensible. He's not a murderer. Okay, I would call Jesse Waters a murderer. I would call Sean Hannity a murderer. I would call Rachel Maddow a murderer. Anyone that's pushed this garbage on people is a killer. My father, criticize him. He's not a murderer. And why does someone that's not a murderer have to pay infinite more money than someone that commits the crime? Someone that commits the crime actually gets government money, actually gets rewarded, actually gets social standing. So that double standard is just crazy to me. It's wild. I think it's wild to a lot of people as well. But like I said, bacterium elephant, it's the same principle. It's the same thing you see overseas, right? Where it's just a complete denial of the truth. And we go, all right, well, we're the liars. We protect ourselves. You tell the truth or you just speak. We're just going to silence you.
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
They want to suppress dissent. They want to suppress anyone who dares to challenge them or their bullshit narratives. So I respect what your dad did, being anti-war and coming out and, telling his truth, the truth, I would say. And he gets the fact that he's penalized for it, like it goes to show. I guarantee you, if you critique any other group, any other states, any other religions, he will not get the same consequences. And that's 100% true because we have people in Congress like fat ass Randy Fine from Florida, who I hope Dan will beat in the upcoming race. Dan Bilzerian. Hopefully, yes, inshallah, God willing. We see Randy Fine making the most anti-Muslim tweets, anti-Palestinian, like openly calling for genocide and ethnic cleansing and Gaza to be nuked.
Starve away.
Yes, literally a fat fuck in Congress. He's a politician. No consequences whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And we have other representatives from Texas, Wisconsin, Arizona, Utah coming out and saying the most racist shit towards like Arabs, towards Muslims. You know what I'm saying? And no consequences. Rashida Tlaib, I don't agree with her on everything. She's in Michigan, Palestinian in Michigan. She literally said from the river to the sea, and she was censured for that. You know what I'm saying? She got consequences for saying that. We have people like Andy Ogles from Tennessee saying, "Oh, kill them all." We have the Jew from I forgot what state he was from. I think his name is Matt. He literally said like, "Oh, turn Gaza into a parking lot." No consequences whatsoever. Openly calling for genocide. Nothing happened to them. So I just again, the double standard. I'm like, what the fuck? It's open season on my people, on other people.
Right.
You say anything about Israel or the Jews, you're automatically silenced. You're automatically penalized.
The real river to the sea is the Greater Israel Project. That's what their flag literally means. It's what the two blue lines on the flag represent. I forget the names of the river, Tigris, Euphrates, or whatever it is. That's the expansionist project. It's on their currency. They want to expand. They're the ones that want to grow. And that's what's illegal. That's what shouldn't exist, not the legitimate state of the people that lived there for thousands of years that had them stolen or had the land stolen from. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. And when we said, we mean like free all of occupied Palestine, you know, the Mediterranean Sea, and then like, you know, there's the Dead Sea right there, the border of Jordan. We mean this land. We're not, they say we're calling for genocide against the Jews. That's what they say. When they hear that statement from the river to the sea, oh, you want to eradicate all the Jews? I'm like, no, that's what you're doing to us. All these, accusations.
Oh, we can't have a state with equal rights. We can't, no. They can say, want to kill us. Oh, terror. So we have to kill them. And that's literally what the entire thing is. And you point out Randy Fine. We really want Dan Bilzerian to win. Yes, we really want that to happen. That was Mike Waltz's seat. Mike Waltz, notorious Israeli operative. Of course, he was the national security advisor, and then got caught leaking the group chats or whatever. He was put into the UN. Randy Fine won that seat in the special election. He's the literally biggest failure in Congress. He's a mass murderer. He's a lover of genocide, and he's got to go. We need Dan Bilzerian to beat him. We really do. I would tell everyone here, if you can give Dan $1, give Dan $1. Why not?
Yeah, for sure. William, can you reach out? I DM'd him, Brian McGinnis. We'd like to have him on here.
We'd love to have him on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Reach out to his wife and let them know that we'd like to have them on. But
for sure.
Because hold on. That you can stay with us a little longer. It'd be cool. That was such a heroic moment where you have him standing up and calling out the genocide and doing. I believe that was in Congress, right?
It was a Senate. It was a Senate hearing. Yeah.
It was in a Senate hearing, and you literally have the Special Forces ex-thug, the mercenary. You have that guy who's received literally millions from AIPAC. I'm going to break his arm for Netanyahu. He had his arm shattered under the command control of Bibi Netanyahu. That's our government. Our government is so occupied, we literally have mercenary thugs breaking people's arms on orders of a foreign government.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And he didn't even flinch either. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
a tough guy. He's a tough guy because he's there standing for the dead children. That's the thing. Is like that other guy who broke his arm. He broke his arm for the money, and that doesn't matter to Brian. What matters to Brian is the dead kids, just like that matters to us. And
by the way, that guy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, that's where we have victory.
Go ahead. The guy who broke his arm he literally there was like 4 or 5 cops on him already, and he like tried to act tough and go to move him. I'm like, bro, you're not tough, man. Like, I guarantee you wouldn't do that one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? And then he got called out by Anthony Aguilar, who was in the crowd as well. So,
we'd like to have him on here too, Anthony Aguilar.
Everybody,
he'd be great. He'd be great. Yeah, he'd be a great guest if you could reach out to him as well. He follows me.
I have his number. Maybe I'll reach out to him. Hopefully, because I want to get him on this show and maybe some other shows you have going on too, Anthony. That'd be dope.
For sure. Yeah, let's get him in.
But yeah, what Brian did was heroic. I like it. And he's a Marine Corps veteran. He's a firefighter. He served, during the war crimes of American war crimes in Iraq, which he regrets. He talks about openly. He's married to a Palestinian. I'm friends with her, and I got to talk to Brian a few times, which was pretty cool. Trying to hook him up with some other gigs too. So yeah, it would be amazing to have him here, and also get Anthony here too. But there's one thing I wanted to mention about our civil liberties being basically jeopardized for the interests of Israel or the Jewish people. In America, there's 38 states that have anti-BDS laws at a state level. BDS is boycott, divest, and sanction.
San Marcos, right here. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, they got the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Illinois was the first state to pass that bill. Pass it into law, basically in 2015. So in Illinois, if a business decides not to engage with Israel or its occupied territories, they are put on a blacklist, and Illinois pulls all their investments from them, their pensions. They penalize the state for political expression, basically, and that's a clear First Amendment, violation, infringing on our freedom of speech, and it's a dangerous precedent because now 38 states have it. I believe Texas has it. People if you sign a state contract, it says something about Israel in it. There's 38 states. That's most of our fucking country is shielding a foreign state at our expense of our civil liberties, our freedom of speech, our fucking even if it said Palestine, if you boycott Palestine, you'll be penalized. I'm against that. I'm Palestinian because we have a fucking right. We have freedom to fucking boycott whoever the hell we want. You know what I'm saying? Right. So what the fuck? Why is at a state level they're even in there? They're state and local. They're infiltrated all levels of government you can think of.
Yeah. Man. Very, very powerful. Well, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate your time. Want to have you back on the show. Sure. As soon as you want to come back on, if you got any breaking news, always If you want to break it here in the morning, it's a place where a lot of people are getting their morning news. My American Journal. Thank you so much, brother.
I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, William.
Take care. Have a good one.
You too. God bless.
Thank you so much. Well, that was amazing. That's another amazing interview in the books, and that's because we get the best people that actually know what's going on. What did you think about that, Anthony?
Heartbreaking, honestly. It's heartbreaking that there's people that like that guy that you debated that doesn't think it's real, that laughs about it, that makes it like a spectacle. Like, this guy's gone through so much pain. And like I said, the fact that he's like not on a killing spree, that he's not Hamas, that he's not like, he's a way stronger man than I am, to be honest with you. Not that I'm like erratic or anything, but it just, I wouldn't be able to just be like, my whole entire family just got killed. Like, I'd be on like some John Wick shit, you know, like he went crazy over his dog being
I hear that, but the true power is in the high road.
It is. I agree.
If the thing is, he knows he'll be able to, in his mind, answer to his God. And like, that's what matters to people. That's what matters to us. We want to be able to answer to our God about this. You know, where were you when the children were being killed? What did you do? What did you stand for when it was happening right in front of your face? We want to be able to have a good answer to that question. Now, we're going to have a lot of bad answers for a lot of the things that we've done. We want to at least say, hey, we don't support child murder.
Yeah.
You know,
it's simple.
You know, and like that at the most limited degree of being a Christian, of being Christ-like, Jesus loved the little children. That's
Amen.
all Jesus wanted to do, is protect the little children. And that's what we see rejected here, man. And it's so crazy that we have a government that has industrialized child murder.
Amen. White Rabbit's in the chat. He wants to come on the show too, so we'll definitely have him on.
Beautiful. We love it. Thank you for all the support. Now, I want to just go ahead and do a little roll here. We got Sinister Mace, we got White Rabbit, we got Damon, we got Charles, we got Parish Place, we got Holly Moore, we got Amfair, we got Charles, we got AC, we got Reddit King, we got more of them, a lot of chats, guys. We got Shamlin, Toll, we got Bibi Netanyahu's uncle, we got Alice. We got a lot of people in here. Thank you. We got Frank. Frank, I need your help, Frank. Classic InfoWars bit where my dad's yelling at Frank, who's calling in on the show. Yeah, thank you guys all for being here. And like, here's the thing. So like, I always plug it. I always show it for free. And this isn't going to be me plugging my store. I'm going to go ahead and show you something real quick.
Can I say something while you're plugging it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think a lot of people that are in the chat, are like, oh, there's only one God, and like Islam, and like, I understand. I totally understand, because I love Jesus Christ and I know that he is the living God, you know, but you have to understand something. We can't try to do like an attack on these people, because we like, that's the same thing that the Jews are.
No. I genuinely, I want to know the answer to this question.
Yeah.
When you die and you're being judged by God, when you're at the day of judgment or whatever, and you go, but Lord, my theology was so perfect, and I said the Muslims were evil, and I said, it's only you, Lord, it's only you. And you said, well, many have called me Lord, many have called me Jesus, many have said I'm the only God. What have you done? What have you done? So that little boy who gets murdered by the IDF, he goes to heaven, okay? And the IDF soldier that kills him goes to hell. And I say that pretty confidently. I think God can fill in the gaps here. It's not a legal document. That's not the way it works. It's good versus evil. And we can objectively say one side, the children being murdered, are good and will return to Christ. And the other side, the evil monsters, they will go to hell. That's just the truth.
Yeah. And we should pray. We should pray for them. We should have these conversations. Yes. We should have theological debates with them. And maybe let's
close our eyes. Let's do a little prayer right now with the audience. Let's close our eyes. Let's do a prayer. Lord, we ask you to have mercy on us as a country for what we've done to the Palestinian people and the people around the world. And we ask you to give us the strength of the Spirit and the Holy Spirit required to stand up against this and to break the chains of the devil. Amen. That's all I got to say. I don't want to give some crazy flowery Protestant prayer or anything. Just, Lord, have mercy. Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on all of us sinners and help us change. Help us become empowered. Help us become servants of you, Jesus Christ. That's what I want to call for right now. Just period. And this is what I was going to plug. I'm not plugging product here. I don't have any affiliation. I would love to go on here at some point. Never been on here. I love Judge Knapp and watching him for decades on Fox, now on his own channel. You want to get the real news? You want to like breaking geopolitical updates all the time. This is what I want to turn this channel into a lot. Like I want to have phenomenal guests like the guy we just had on. Go watch these. Go watch these and learn something. I get like these are CIA, literally the guy that helped reform Russia. CIA, 30 years, nuclear inspector. Chaz Freeman worked under Reagan, all the crazy stuff. John Mearsheimer, like you can go find out what the old heads that are actually involved that were involved in a real government that we actually did used to have a semi-real government that wasn't totally 100% controlled. You can listen to them lay it all out for you in black and white. What's going on right now? I highly recommend everybody subscribe to Judge Napolitano. Dialogue Works with Nima is also an incredible channel. So is Glenn Deason. But Judge Knapp, he's very consistent. He's a news hound. It's in his blood. He's classically trained. That would be the one guy I would tell you, go watch one of those videos, a couple times a week. Your geopolitical understanding will just go, it'll just skyrocket because we have all the information. This isn't like something where we have to like get our detective magnifying glass out and look for stuff. It's all right out there in front of your face. You just have to become educated on it. And that's why Ashford was such an amazing guest, is because he educated the people. Yeah. That's what we want to do on the show.
For sure. We got crazy good guests coming up too. We're going to make this like that guy, Anthony Aguilar. He's also running for, I think, Senate or Congress. We'll have him on too. He's super based. He was a Green Beret also. So like a lot of the people that we want to have on the show have experience in not just military, but have experience with actually fighting in activism, that people have this moral compass. And it's like such a simple thing. Like when you go into a debate with that guy where his position is just basically like, we need to be an imperialist, murderous country. Yes. Like how do you stand with that if you have a heart, if you have compassion? And like maybe people think I'm soft for saying these things. It's just, it's what God has done to me. It's the way that God's worked on my own heart, is like to have compassion for people, for animals, for my neighbor. It's like, I don't want to see the world be in this chaotic destruction and like genocide of so many people. It's horrible. We should be against this. We should be against this.
It's been a very heavy episode of the show. It's been incredibly heavy for a Friday episode. We covered a lot of really, really, really like bone chilling topics today. I would like literally, we saw his relatives that were either murdered or maimed.
Horrible.
By the Zionist regime. And that's really heavy. And I just want to remind everybody, go outside, spend time with your family, spend time with your pets, just decompress. And we all have to compartmentalize at some level because it is just so horrible what's happening all around us. All you got to do to just in your mind, just check the box off that you've done what you can for the day. Talk to one person about this. Yeah. Talk to one human being about this. Tell them about the genocide. Tell them about what's going on. Tell them about how they're paying for it. Educate them. And the response will be, and I'll let you talk. I'm sorry. The response will be, well, I don't know what I can do. And it is. I don't understand it. It's all so complicated. There are human beings being murdered, and we're paying for it right now. We got to support candidates that get these people out of our government. That's your 10-second, 5-second elevator pitch to these people that you have to give. God wants you to talk to people about this. And I'm very loath to say God wants you to do anything or tell people where they're going or anything like that. But God wants you to expose this. I feel it. Like God wants me to talk about this right now. God wants me to talk about the genocide. That's why I do it all the time.
Of course. And even easier, just reshare this. That's it. Repost this so people can see it.
Clip it all you want.
Yeah.
Clip it all you want. Post it anywhere you want.
Exactly.
It's all free to air. You own everything. And here, I'll make the statement now, eventually when they sue me and I lose my platform. Everything I've ever done is totally free. There is no copyright. There is no trademark. You own this broadcast at home. You have the right to share it, copy it, edit it, repost it without any commentary, to do whatever you want because it's all free to air. It's all free. See how it's not a grift? And like the only way we support ourselves by selling product, like literally, like it's all just a complete system. That's why it works. Like we're making it possible to speak truth to power. That's what all this is. That's what having a platform is. And by making it free to air, by giving you that, by giving you that edict, I want you to go out there and share this and clip this and share and clip that interview and just talk to people about it in general. Send it to somebody. Tell them to watch it. Tell them to get informed. And the main thing you deal with is not the people like the Ryland who are actual pro-imperialists. It's actually a very rare position. The people you're going to deal with don't know anything about this and don't really care. And it's your mission to find humanity in them and to find the thing they care about. Like, well, that's, hey, plenty of people got families. You care about your daughter. You should care about their daughters too. And that should be the argument.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's not even a hard thing to go out there and do, is just tell people to have
Super
humanity.
easy.
That's it.
I do it at Target. Like you can do it. You can do it wherever. You can do it at a department store. Like, make it a problem. Talk to the cashier about it. I'm really messed up today after seeing all this genocide. Like, what genocide? What are you talking about? You don't know what's going on in Palestine right now? It literally, all it takes is make people a little bit uncomfortable, peacefully, politically, of course. So use your freedom of speech. Use your First Amendment. Speak. Use it or lose it. These people, like he said, 38 states, okay, 38 states with the legislation saying you can't criticize Israel. 38 states with this in law, in writing. All right, we are an occupied nation. We are an occupied government. We are not free. We are all slaves. All right. We've all been propagandized. We've all been brainwashed. We have all been controlled. We've all been cold. They're killing everybody except for themselves.
Yeah, no, totally. And that, honestly, that's why, like, not to even sound like a grift, but like why t-shirts are so important. Because when you put a message on your t-shirt, people come up to you. People are like, you know, they might give you a thumbs up. They might have a conversation with you. So like when we wear like these like t-shirts, like with the InfoWars whole entire like thing, what they did by making these shirts and making people understand and see it, like, oh, what does that mean? You know, or, oh, I agree with that already. You know?
No, well, that's what my dad's always said. It's like wearing the t-shirt is an adventure. That's true. And Bob Mover says, need to decompress. We do need to have some fun earlier, like with the impressions. Oh, now here's the thing. We're the Southern Poverty Law Center. You know, we're very important legal boys. And, you know, we do this thing in the South where, you know, we got the people in the white hood and the people with the Nazi thing. And, you know, we might give them a little bit of money, a little bit of Southern loving. You know what I was saying? You know, and make things happen, make it right. Because here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. You got these black people out here really want to fight racism, man. And, you know, they're going to give us a lot of their money. And what are we going to do? We're going to keep most of the money for ourselves and for our shell corporations and for our payouts. And we're going to take a little bit of the money and we're going to give it to the people in the trailer park with the white hood on. Like that's literally what it is. Like the SPLC thing is really crazy. And my dad made the point of like, actually, you know, it's a global organization. Soros funds it. It's a lot bigger than that. But as the microcosm, as the story you can present people, these are literal like plantation owners. Like they're like, well, you know, my racism crop ain't harvesting so well this season. I got to go plant some old green seeds where they may grow. You know, like it's literally, I love it. Dude, the carpetbagger accent, the plantation owner accent, the pimp accent, whatever you want to call it. I when you meet someone that actually talks like that, they do exist. It's crazy.
They do.
It's crazy. But it's the lawyer, you know, the lawyer sounds like this. Lawyers in charge. And they're the ones running all the racism. Of course, they're running all the racism.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to make the point before too about like the Free Palestine movement. I guarantee there's a plenty of money going into that, like to make these people like erratic and all this stuff.
Sure.
You know,
well, that's the thing. It's like
really
this stuff, it doesn't require a violent action. It just requires everyone together waking up and then just rejecting the system. And that's what we push. And that's why it's so dangerous. You know, they don't like that. Like if you were out here saying to do bad things, they would love that. We'd probably get promoted.
Yeah, and it's hard to stay completely grassroots. You know, there's always going to be some foreign intel agency or intel agency in our own country that's going to try to, you know, take over that entire movement.
Sure. Yeah, it's the boss hog accent. Yeah, no, 100%. It's hard because I get better at doing it and then I'll lose it. It's one of the harder accents to do. It definitely is. My voice, like I'm pretty good with impressions because of my dad. Because of my father, I learned how to do an impression where I sound like him and I'm able to use a deep, gravelly voice. And he kind of like extrapolations on that would be the Bill Clinton's kind of like that, but it's from the back of the throat. That's how you do Bill Clinton. In the Trump impression, it's the same gravel, it's the same rumble, but it's with more of a flavor, more of a pizzazz. That's so incredible. Like I can do the deeper voiced impressions. I don't have a deep voice, but because of my dad, I can imitate it because I've heard it enough and I've practiced it enough. And then well, now the thing is, now we gonna make it happen how we want it to happen. That's a little bit more of like, I just have to elevate my octave a little bit, just get it a little higher, and then you add the accent. Accents are easy. You can get pretty much any accent down in English if you practice it a few times. English is fun. I like English. It's a fun language. So having a little fun with the impressions.
For sure. Yeah, you got to watch Django, the guy where they have the hoods on.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well, that's
like.
the thing is like that. It is the Calvin Candy accent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that's such a good movie. It sucks that Quentin Tarantino's an evil Zionist.
And
It's so terrible. It's so terrible. Like, why? But it is what it is. Okay. All right. I want to do a little bit of plugging because I want to let people know about your beef tallow. We got a lot of people in here. Here's the thing. When we plug these things, it's not us saying, oh, we just have this product we want to sell you. This is stuff we manufacture ourselves. It's stuff we ship ourselves, made with 100% total raw organic ingredients. A lot of people that do these formulas, I know we talk about the tallow for cooking, but I want to zoom in on the skincare for a little bit. I've seen your process. I've seen the literal jars of material that go into making these things. You're actually using the whole and complete product. So you're not getting like an essential oil thing. You're getting the actual herb.
Yeah. We infuse every single thing from the frankincense to the orange cream I have right here. This is real orange peels. And you literally don't need a lot. Like this jar will last you like months and months and months. Just all you need just to literally
I'm finally out of Wiseman's gift. It lasted me a year. I didn't use a lot of it, but I used it, like a couple times, like a week, and all you need is a little bit on your finger.
That's it. That's all you need. And yeah, we infuse everything. So this is real raw ingredients that will actually go into your pores and give you healing, it's antibacterial, it's antifungal, it's anti-inflammatory. Very powerful stuff. This is our sunblock. If you're going to get anything, if you're going to support us, if you want something for the summertime, I don't want to see you guys putting cancerous products on yourself and your kids. This is why we made this. This is tallow, non-nano zinc oxide, real chunks of coconut and cocoa butter. It has an SPF of 25. It smells amazing. It smells like an Almond Joy bar.
Dude, all your products are
it's
like beyond professional when it comes to like just how good they are when it comes to the smell. Like I want to use the word pungent, but it's like an aroma. It's like an incredible aroma because you actually have the real ingredient in there. And I've seen the big manufacturers. I've seen how they do it. They don't do it like you do it. They have the fat. It's not even suet tallow, and they put the essential oil in. They just say it's amazing.
Yeah, and a lot of companies, what they do is they'll go on eBay or Amazon or whatever and buy like giant tubs of Sulu and then just reuse that. So like we are actually chopping this. We're actually infusing it. Every single thing that we do is made with our hands. Like I don't even have a grinder to grind up the fat. Like there's a video of me just going mayhem, just chopping giant pieces. I got you.
Send that to me if you would. We'll throw it up. I'll go back and I'll plug more of the beef tallow. I want to let people know as well. I've also got Shroom Force. If you're someone that's ever wanted to take one of these high quality adaptogens, whether that's an ashwagandha, a maidenhair, or a golden root, or if you're someone that wants to try the things that are in those mushroom coffees, like a lion's mane, like a reishi, like a cordyceps. Here's the thing. Here's the scam. Here's the problem that you have to be aware of. When someone comes to you and they try to sell you a mushroom coffee, what they're trying to do is essentially sell you a proprietary blend where they may not even tell you the milligram count of the actual mushrooms, because as long as they're in there, they can just say they're in there, or they tell you how much there is, and you're not an informed consumer. You don't know. You take 100 milligrams of something that requires a full gram to work. So what I did at shroomforce.com, what we did is we have these products where, I click on lion's mane, $29 for a 4-to-1 extract lion's mane, 600 milligram, a cap, 60 count. So that's a 2-month supply of a moderate dose or a 1-month supply of a super high dose. And this is a product proven to increase neuroplasticity, brain-derived neurotropic factor, makes your brain younger, makes you smarter, makes you think quicker. I mean, here's the thing. My cognition is pretty good.
It's amazing.
You hear me yap all the time, okay? I take these products. I love my lion's mane. I absolutely love it. Anthony's been taking it alongside the cordyceps. It's been amazing for gym, amazing for cognitive stuff as well. I want to point this out. This is my favorite. All right, this is my favorite product we have on shroomforce.com, Ultimate Golden Root. Now, what is Ultimate Golden Root? Golden Root is Rhodolia rosea, and it modulates dopamine and norepinephrine. It makes exercise subjectively feel good. So that's why when you have something like a cordyceps, when you look at it here, cordyceps mushroom increases oxygen carrying capacity and ATP production. So it literally makes you able to do just a little bit more exercise. And that's why it makes you feel great. That's why it makes you feel amazing. Golden root has the property of subjectively just making the exercise feel amazing, making you want to do more. And it's got the same property that ashwagandha has, where, of course, you know this, Anthony, being involved in the fat business, selling tallow. Cholesterol is the master building block of all hormones in the body.
Yes.
Now, what ends up happening to a lot of people over time is you get stuck in this feedback loop where your cortisol is spiked and just more fuel sources coming to that. You're making more cortisol. You're more stressed out. What things like ashwagandha and golden root do, their mechanism of action, they take the food source from the cholesterol, which is making the stress hormone. They turn the cholesterol into making the positive hormones that you already need, like testosterone and other things. So these are really amazing extracts. They're all available on shroomforce.com. These are all 4-to-1 extracts. It's the highest quality you're going to find. Look it up on PubMed. Look it up on ChatGPT. Look it up on Google Studies, Google Research, Google Tracker. You will find that these are the most efficacious forms of these herbs, of these adaptogenic mushrooms. And you'll see it's the absolute best price for the best quality. And it's exactly what the studies say you're supposed to take. I'll just point it out again. The blend, the bundle I had given to you, Anthony, among all of them, I actually gave you one of each of the products, was the Ultimate Drive Pack. And this is the ultimate for mental and physical performance, all wrapped up into one. You get a 2-month supply for $60. All right.
Great.
That's
great.
$30 a month for literally the highest quality thing on the market.
No, I'm buying more. I love this. I love this snack. It's amazing.
If you come to me and you say, oh, it's a better deal, I'll give you a discount code. My mission is the 360 win. I'm not telling you to buy these things if you don't want them, but if you want them, buy them from me. We make them ourselves. We ship them ourselves. It's American manufacturing. It's American business. It's what we do. And that's why when I come on here, I'm going to come back to myself for a second. That's why when I come out here, I don't need, oh my God. I don't need a plug sheet that somebody gave me, some controller gave me, some producer gave me that I don't know that's running my podcast. I run my show. Yeah. You run your show. And we do that by having the support of the viewers and listeners that buy our amazing products, because that is the true spirit of the 360 win. We'd never ask you for something for free. We never ask for that. But if you guys want to support us, you can go to our stores, whether that's Ungovernable Project, Shroom Force, JonesCBD.com, 50percentoff.com, BlueVitality.com, GoPrimalCore.com. I mean, there's so many ways to support what we're doing right now. And if you're in the market for a high quality consumable, we have those right here for you. You DM that to me, Anthony?
Yeah, I DM'd it to you.
All right, so check this out. This is Anthony in the lab cooking up the tallow, actually chopping up the tallow. That's what you were saying.
Yeah, I'm chopping
Check this out. Check this out, guys. Support small business. All the Goy Slop big brand items you buy in the store is more money to the enemy. Make our tallow completely handmade, from our cooking tallow to our rich skin creams. We appreciate any support you give us. And no, we will never sell out for some shekels. God bless you all. Hit the link in bio. Let's check this out.
Yeah, you get the point.
That's literally nose to tail. That's the process. So when you get it in the jar, Anthony is working hard for you. It's not just some company. Oh, the partnership, the affiliate deal. Oh, we must have the money. We're literally doing this because it's the only thing we want to do. We wouldn't be selling any other products. This is what we're passionate about. It's about making the world better.
Yeah, I have fun with it. I love it. It really is such an amazing thing. And really the best part about it is hearing the testimonials of people like, I lost 80 pounds using your cooking tallow, or my daughter had the worst eczema ever. She was scratching her skin off and I used your Wiseman's gift. We have so many of these DMs and from people. And that's really why we do it. That's why me and Emily do it, is because we have such a passion to help people. Just how I have a passion against the war and passion just for people. This is why we make products for people. We make it for people. We don't make it for the money, for the monetary. We make it for the people, to give them a good product so they have relief, so they have some sort of healing. And that's our purpose in life. I think that's what Christ gave us our hands for, is to create product and create dialogue to heal people, to heal the world. So
Sure. No, 100%. I totally agree. It's all about power to the people, and we're selling things that are natural, that are organic, that people have taken for thousands of years. This traditional business. It's just done online now because that's the new medium of commerce, right? But we're coming to you just like somebody in the old days, like an artisan, a craftsman that's putting together a product. If it's something you need in your life, we have it available for you. And that's why I'll just show one more of my stores really quick. That's why I did Jones CBD. That's why I did Dreamwave. So many people take CBD. So many people take various CBD products. So when I was looking at the market, I was even looking at getting affiliate deals and stuff like 2 or 3 years ago. And it's like, wow, you want me to sell people a bottle of something for $65 that's CBD isolate.
Mm.
And the selling point is that, oh, you might pass a drug test, maybe, but we still can't even say that.
Mm.
And I was, okay, so what's it actually cost to get this made? So I went to my manufacturer, who actually happens to specialize in stuff like this. My partner, Ryan Raymond, another young, early 20s, a savage up there in Denton. We're both working like dogs. I run fulfillment. He's up there running manufacturing. It's a shared unit, working together for years and years and years. I go to him and I'm like, hey, man, I want to start selling this. How much does it cost? And he's like, well, we could probably do it for like $7 a bottle, $8 a bottle, $9 a bottle, depending on volume. And I was like, really? Because they were quoting me $20 to buy CBD from them. So what do? We cut out the middleman. We buy the giant brick of the full spectrum CBD. We distill it, we put it in the bottle. We do all of it. We add different supplement ingredients to it. If you look at this one, this is our Dreamwave PM blend. This has got 3 to 6 milligrams of melatonin, 50 to 100 milligrams of German CO2 extracted blue chamomile, combined with the full spectrum CBD, 50 milligrams in a full dropper, 1,500 milligram tincture. Literally, I've just been addicted to it the past week. I've just been taking it and going to sleep. I wake up feeling incredible. That's because melatonin is a very powerful antioxidant. That's also because apigenin, which is found in the high dose of blue chamomile that we use, that promotes rest, relaxation in the same way that like ashwagandha was. It's a bit of a GABAergic substance. So if you want something that'll really put you out and give you just amazing, refreshed, clean energy, consider Dreamwave PM. All these formulas are incredible. Got Ultra Chill. This is literally the one I designed for my father, Alex Jones. If you want to take the Alex Jones nootropic stack, if you're interested in this, this is the premier formula. But still, I'm selling it at a price that people would just sell you one bottle of something, didn't even have the other ingredients in it. This has 200 milligrams ashwagandha, water-soluble 4-to-1 extract in it, combined with theobromine, which is the cacao flavonoid version of caffeine. It's longer lasting. It doesn't have as much of a crash. My dad really likes ashwagandha and theobromine. So I said, well, why not just put it together in the formula using CBD as the base? And you look at that, that's like $100 value.
Wow.
That's not even a joke. But people will sell you this formula for $90. Seriously. And it doesn't exist anywhere else other than me because I made it. And these are all unique creations of my design, of Anthony's design. Like no one told you, Anthony, no one told you to develop frankincense and orange zest, Stay Frosty deodorant. You made it because you made the flavor combination in the lab and you're like, this is amazing. I want to sell this to people. In the same way that on Jones CBD, when I'm going to make a Dreamwave, I'm like, I love blue chamomile from Germany. We got the amazing Flavex extract. It literally comes in a giant, like a adamantium canister. Like it's just the highest quality sourcing you can imagine, combined with the melatonin, combined with the CBD. Nobody else has this. There's literally the only place in the world where you can buy this combination, or you could buy this combination. That's because no one told us what to do. We did it ourselves based off our experience, our knowledge of what would be the best for the people. It's about making the people happy. That's what it's about. It's not about us.
Amen, brother. I want all of it. I'm going to come and buy a bunch of stuff.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I got you.
Yeah. All right. So I can't give a health claim here. I'm just going to read this anecdote. Alex Jones methylene blue has cured my night blindness, enlarged liver, healing my sheath. I have MS, healed a very rare back condition. There are a lot of really powerful metabolic health agents. I'm not going to make any health claims about methylene blue. People call in all the time about their prescription going down on the glasses. They call in all the time about this. There are plenty of things they don't want you to know about, folks, just like the beef tallow, just like the CBD. They want these things banned. They want you to eat poison, the petroleum-based stuff, all of that we always talk about. It's like it says right here, become ungovernable. It's time to become ungovernable. And that's the message of the show. I want to remind y'all again, go to Ungovernable Project to get that beef tallow product that you need. I got shroomforce.com. I've got a bunch of phenomenal bundles here for you. Got jonescbd.com. Real quick, this is nano. This is emulsified. You're someone that doesn't like the taste of CBD. Don't worry about it. Put this in water, orange juice. Just chug it. Amazing. Like the most bioavailable formula on the market, guaranteed. And of course, you got the classics on 50percentoff.com. You're a classic InfoWars viewer. I've got knockout sleep support for you. I've also got the Brain Force Plus for you and just a ton of different things. You're going to want to check it out. You're going to want to go to the Ungovernable Project, shroomforce.com, jonescbd.com, and the 50percentoff.com. You don't have to buy anything. Just check us out and see if it interests you, and then message us and let us know if there's a product you're interested in. We'll give you a discount code. This is a 360 win. So just become involved in our community. We got a lot coming up. Let's go ahead and get into what we got coming down the pipe for the next week. And then moving forward, I want to let y'all know it's coming up now. It's crazy. It's the 24th already. On the 2nd, we may have to figure something out. It'll probably just be like we'll play a documentary. Don't want to make you have to host a 3-hour again. I'm going to Ohio to do the America First conference.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And that Ashford should be there as well.
Okay. Well, he's in
like
the group
he should
chat.
be. We should let him know if it's not too late because he would be an amazing speaker there. I think he would do an incredible job. I think he'd do incredible work. But me and Tim, I think we're going to be giving a joint address, which I think is very powerful at the event. So we're looking forward to that.
That's incredible.
And that'll be coming up. Hopefully we got Anthony Aguilar coming up. That would be amazing. Hopefully we got Brian McGinnis coming on. That would be amazing. Tell them about the confirmed guests that we have.
Matt Murphy. Matt Murphy is Green Beret. He actually had an entire network of helping with child trafficking. Like he was the real version of what that guy Tim or whatever that they made the movie about. Like he's the real version of that. Like he saved thousands of kids in South America. He has crazy, amazing stories. Green Beret, super against the war, super against Zionism, just an all-around great Christian-based guy. And he has an amazing, powerful story as well, just like William. We really have some powerful guests. I have some more I'm cooking up in my head that I will reach out to, and I'll make sure that we get some really good people on here. But Matt Murphy, Tuesday morning.
Beautiful. Well, we're all here. You know what, man? That interview was really heavy. It's a lot of stuff that I'm still processing. I think this is a good show. We will see you all back here on Monday. We appreciate you guys. Thank you all for being here. And again, just tell one person that you know about what's going on in Gaza. Just tell one person you know about what's going on in Iran and Lebanon and Syria and Iraq and all these places. Just it's our mission. It's our goal to change the world one mind at a time. And we hope that we did that today here on the stream. We really appreciate all you guys. Thank you for being here. We really love you and praise Christ. We want God to protect us all. And I want God to keep you and your family safe today. And I would just pray to Jesus that we all learn to be a little bit more like Christ.
Amen. Amen. Thanks for having me again, brother. God bless, guys. 100%. Have a great day.
God bless you too. Peace. Well, hold on a minute. That's not right. There we go. All right. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys over the weekend. I will be doing Gray Area. Tim Tompkins will also be filming with the Maverick Approach. If you haven't seen that already, Hodge Twins episode is supposed to come out today. Maverick Approach episode was out last week. Just look up the Maverick Approach. You'll find it on YouTube. You'll see the interview with me. I want that interview to do really well. So go there, leave a comment under it, like it, hype the video, do whatever you can. I think it was a really powerful broadcast, bringing people together. That was the Maverick Approach. We're going to be filming with them again this Sunday. Thank you all. I love you.